go outside the wall, outside the house. They dig in to the bottom of the foundation, put another wall there.
Right. They're called a sister wall. I've never heard a counter pour. Are you saying pour as in pouring concrete?
Port. P-O-R-T.
I've never heard of that actual expression. A counter port.
It's like a T thing. They dig down the forest foundation, and then they put a concrete wall outside of the original wall, and they bolt them together.
Yeah.
And on the outside,
that's what I call a sister wall. Yeah, that works. That works. I mean, what they're doing is replacing the wall without removing the wall. They're moving them together. And then the other one is a steel pier. Steel piers work as well.
Right. And they do not. They're saying they're on a 25-foot. They're only putting 2 in on those counterport. And
you mean putting in 2 walls?
Well, they're putting in 2 sections. They're not the entire length of the wall. They're roughly 4 to 6 feet wide, and they go into the wall, and then they dig down a little kind of a base on the outside to hold it from moving again.
Hold on. Suzanne, didn't we have advanced structural repair at one time on a referral list? Who do we? I was looking for it. I was looking for it and couldn't find it.
Oh, I think in a coil.
Well, not an engineer. Did you? Hey, by the way, did you ever get an engineer in there? By the way.
No, I've had their representatives. You know, they come out and then they take it back to the engineers, and this is what they come up with.
Okay, foundation repair, Colorado Structural Repair. Can you get them on, Suzanne? They have an A+.
I've talked to them.
Yeah, and what do they say? They're good people.
And that's what they're saying. They're saying use a counter port.
As opposed to the beam.
Right, and the carbon armor.
And so, listen, they use helical piers. They use epoxy injection. They use structural beams. They do it all. So why wouldn't you just go with their recommendation?
Well, the thing is, I'm trying to find out what this counter port looks like. Or how can they show me what they're doing? In other words, I don't want to just say, okay, go ahead.
I understand what you're saying. As far as price, how are they in price?
They're probably one of them is 10,000. They're like 15, 16,000 to brace that wall up so it won't move no more.
I see. Okay, I don't see anything that says counterport. I'm googling it. I see counterpart. I don't know, man. Let's get them on the air and talk to them. Okay, let's just get them on the air. Suze, let's get them on the air and talk to them. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I think that's the only thing we can do. And ask them what it's all about. Because I'm Googling this thing, and I can't find a counterpart or counterport. I can't find anything about it. Now, that's unusual. That's really unusual. All kinds of others, but nothing that even comes close to saying counter this or counter that. So I don't know what it is. Matt, what's happening with you, Matt? Welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good, man. What's going on?
My story in brief. I'm dealing in cars to overseas. I ship them from United States to overseas.
Cars?
With a friend of mine. Yeah, cars.
Okay.
I modify them, and I ship them overseas. A friend of mine, he's a car dealership. He told me, "What in settle here, find a wife, and start your life." So I started it, and I
hold on. You deal with all I got out of this so far is you deal with cars and send them overseas. Do you live here?
I plan to live here in 2018.
Okay.
Where I married a woman.
Okay.
To make my papers, and she was staying as in assisted house living.
Yeah.
For elderly, and she was a manager there, and we were staying in a basement. She was fired from the owner, so I thought I'll do this as host home provider.
All right. So you came to the country in 2018 and married, and that one.
No, no, sir. I studied in '79 here in the United States, but I didn't apply for papers or whatever.
So
And I
are
was
you
back and
here?
forth.
I just need to know something. The woman
Go
you
ahead.
married, is she a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you are you here, as they say, legally or illegally?
He's a permanent resident, Tom.
You're a permanent resident.
Yes, sir.
Okay, with papers.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the problem?
The problem is this woman, me and her, we made sort of this business of assisted living, helping elderly.
Suze, go ahead.
Okay, so Tom, this is my understanding. Matt and his wife, they married. She's a U.S. citizen. I think she's from Indonesia, but then he's a permanent citizen.
Right.
They married and they started a business together where they set up their house to care for elderly folks. Do I have that right so far, Matt?
Yes.
Okay, then
Okay,
what?
and then so they both put certain amount of money into a joint checking account to fund their business.
Okay.
I guess the marriage has started to go south.
Okay.
So he left for a day or two, and when he came back, he found one of their patients in diarrhea with sores on him, like she did not tend.
Where's the money?
That's fast forward. She's taken off with all the money in the joint account. Now he wants to turn her in for the treatment of the patients, but he's literally afraid she's going to hit herself and call the police on him and he get deported.
Okay, now Matt, who's taking care of the residents of this group home right now?
She is.
Then hold on. So she didn't take off with the money. She just took the money. She's still at the house taking care of the residents. But he's saying she's giving the residents substandard care.
Exactly. And the agencies, I reported that to the agencies of these customers or clients. They didn't do anything. They warned her that your husband is stealing on you.
And now he's afraid of her.
You think she's going to retaliate?
She already did. She closed our account. I mean, how bank closes your account in your name without informing you, without updating you, without any official letter from you, without authorization from you.
And she's taken off the amount in the checking account, Tom, was like upwards of $16,000.
Yeah, she closed it almost 60. It was 15,700.
I think Matt is really scared. He wants to turn her in. I think he should show up and turn her in with the police with him, so she can't start spouting that he hit her.
And all my stuff's still in the house. And
Bonnie, what do you do in a case like that? I mean, first of all, if she took all the money out, Bonnie, and he files for divorce, and he shows all the money in the joint account was taken, can he yank that back?
Well, the court could maybe order her to put it. The court could order her to put it back.
Even if they were married at the time and she had access to it, how does that work?
Yeah. Well, when you
did they go back a year? Did they go back 2 years? Is there a look back period? I often wondered about that when you're getting a divorce. What's to prevent somebody the day before from taking all the money? I want to talk about that coming up.
Hey, am I crazy, or did George not say he was going to refund that $114 for the cleaning of that one furnace? Remember it had a secondary something or other, and you talked to him?
He said he was going to call and take care of it. I don't know what that meant.
I don't know either, because now I got this guy blowing me up again. It's been a week, blah, blah, blah.
Did you bring in 1 mouse or 2?
They're coming in tonight.
What? Coming in where?
From Amazon.
Oh, the mice.
Yeah, I basically am exchanging the 2 broken ones. I know I'm cheap.
Our mice died. Oh. He said he was going to bring in some.
No estimated time when that's going to be reopened. There is a detour in place that is for the potential flash flooding throughout the day. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, a 60% chance for scattered showers today. High of 68 tonight, from 50.
Hey Doc. Yeah.
Would you go on that page right there? Are you logged in as you?
Yeah.
I want to see something.
Okay.
See something.
What?
I redesigned the page and I projected.
What are you looking for?
No, I just want to see something. I want to see if you
Check your password online with DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo.
should be able to type.
Oh, wait. Here. You have to go to
Now you
Who is it?
Chat.
No, not that. But
Oh.
have you ever been able?
All right, let me tell you about Paragon Services.
I love these guys at Paragon Services. Do you realize if you have any problem with your homeowners insurance, Matt can get involved at Paragon Services and generally double what money they want to give you. I want you to check them out. Go to referralist.com and simply search Paragon Services.
And I want to tell you about Joe Lazzara, a criminal defense attorney I hope you never need. Joe Lazzara is there for you. He'll do free consultations. If ever you have a DUI, a traffic offense, a neighbor versus neighbor, or a big problem, 303-429-6200. Free consultations up front. Joseph Lazzara. Find him at referralist.com.
Imagine the scene. You're sitting on the couch.
So this is why would I want to type in anything on that?
So you have never been able to type in.
No,
Right, okay.
because there's no reason.
I got you.
It just shows who's calling.
Okay. Let me just see this.
Okay, let's see.
Electronic integration will set up for you and leave you to enjoy your truly smart home. Electronic integration has unmatched customer service, support, and friendly expertise to help you make your home truly smart and a free $200 value remote with your control board system. You tell them you heard about it from me. Learn more at eiexperts.com. That's eiexperts.com. Time to talk about ideal home loans for your next ideal home loan because they are ideal home loans. No two loans are the same. They will write that loan best for you. In other words, if you want a loan that's 13 years, 23 years, 15 years, 27 years, whatever the term, they'll do it. It's a flexible term loan. They also have a rate guarantee. If you refinance with them and rates go down, even over the next 2 years by 3/4 of a point or more, they will refinance you free of all lender fees. Then they have the pre-approval. That means that you get pre-approved for your loan when you're out looking for houses. And that's like a cash deal when it comes to buying homes because you're already approved. They're just waiting for the appraisal. And in all cases, you can be closed or refinanced in 3 weeks or less. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. They're also on my referral list at referralist.com. Take it like it is and make it like you want it. You've heard that before, right? Well, that applies to your home too. But maybe it's
Okay. Bonnie, what else is going on?
I went on vacation a couple weeks ago.
Where are you going?
My sister and cousin and I are driving to Boston, and we're going to drive through Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, and look at all the leaves that people say are wonderful.
You can do that right here.
Not
You can
even
do it
close.
right where your place is.
Not even close.
Not, see, this is what I hear. I
You,
gotta
have
see
you
it.
been back? You ever been
No.
back east in the fall?
No, it's
No, I got
gorgeous.
to see it. I
There's-
gotta see
it
it.
is nothing.
Pennsylvania is absolutely gorgeous.
Well, we're not going, but we're doing Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and the
it's-
top of
oh,
Massachusetts.
It's absolutely. It's not
So,
like
guys,
nothing.
you ended up fucking up all my daylight anyway. You took all my daylight away. You ended up not wanting it.
Well, what happened with the day was what happened with the daylight.
Tommy, I have a
Oh, no, you want it where it was?
Yeah, what happened?
Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
There's nothing like it.
I am so excited.
We used to try and drive up there on Columbus Day, which is October 12th
Oh,
in New York, and we deliberately take that weekend and drive up through the mountains. It's just spectacular.
we planned a little circular trip.
Well, how come you're not flying out there, taking and then just renting a car?
We are.
What happens with
We're
the
flying to
daylight time?
Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you said
And
you're
then-
driving.
Oh.
I was saying, well, I was
And
flying.
Flying to Boston.
So it
Right,
drives
driving
down.
around.
It
We've got
bombs
about
off.
that daylight?
It bombs off.
Okay, Finland, like
It bombs off. That's why I
we got
started
a
this way,
gondola
trying
ride,
to bring up.
train ride,
All right.
and a river.
This is pretty good as long as that don't bother
Like
you.
to see the seaside
Oh, yeah.
colors, but inland on the river.
Okay, if you have a sunny day,
Uh-huh.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Hey, Mark, I have one word for you.
Yes.
Clickbait.
What about it? I love clickbait.
Oh.
I'm such a. I
I was-
always get hooked.
I was
on it.
hooked.
Me too.
Mark said to watch it, and despite my my misgivings about taking instructions from Mark. I did watch it.
Called clickbait?
Clickbait.
Which
You
one?
know,
Oh, no, I meant actual
Which one
clickbait.
is it? Yeah, so
I get
you
hooked
said
on all these stupid
that was
headlines.
a series on Netflix.
Do you
God,
know celebrity
you said
what
to
they
watch
look
it.
like?
I did.
Wild
Yeah.
stars?
Oh my God! And then
What's
they
it
take forever
Is
to
it
get to the
purely
one you
about
saw.
clickbait? Yeah, like 77
Wait a
pictures
second. You're the
later.
one who said to
I
watch
know,
it.
but I watched 100 fucking shows.
Oh
Which
no,
one
it's
is
about this guy who gets
I'm
killed.
on. I'm on. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Bonnie, 713-8255. Bonnie Shields, Matt's wife, took all the money, okay, in anticipation of divorce. Let's say you have $1 million in the bank, or $1,000 in the bank, or $10,000 in the bank. The wife says, it's a joint account. I'm going to take the damn thing. And they take it. And then they say, now I'm going to file for divorce. Or he files for divorce. He finds out there's no money in the bank. Do they have a clawback with divorce court?
Of course they do, Tom. And
They do.
You had them. Well, there's not like a statute that says if you take out more than X amount before you get divorced within 3 months. There's nothing like that. But of course the judge is going to look at that. And people do things in anticipation of a divorce or just in anticipation of breaking up or leaving home like she did. They're absolutely going to look at that, and they can order that money back. Now, whether that money still is anywhere to be found, that's another story. But yeah.
They do look at things like that.
You betcha they do.
How far do they go back? I would say they would go back to, did you anticipate a divorce, or why did you do it?
Right. I mean, I've seen them look back at behavior maybe back a year or so, especially if you can show somebody was attorney shopping. And kind of making some plans, because there are people that absolutely do that, and they make plans.
But Matt has to act quickly.
Matt, I think that's a good idea. And
you have to act quickly. And what happens is, if you file for divorce, there's a stay on financial, meaning that she can't spend that money. So you better file for divorce immediately. Okay. If you don't, there's no stay on the finances. She can start spending that money because she's still married to you.
Okay, sir. She signed me a paper for divorce, and she said, you sign it and go submit it.
Okay, so she filed for divorce already, right?
No, she didn't file. She filled up the papers.
Did she sign the papers?
She signed the papers.
Good.
When I showed it to my cousin,
then you sign him. Then you sign him, and you bring him to the courthouse.
Yeah, but he said that she picked that there is, I don't know really about the law here, that whatever is yours, and whatever...
No, that's not true.
You need to have somebody look at those papers before you sign it, and then if it's fine. Usually there's nothing on the initial paperwork that's going to hurt you.
You can't file for divorce with settlement in there, can you?
I've seen people put some things in there they shouldn't. But normally
Matt,
there's not a place for it in the paperwork.
You have to consult a divorce attorney to look at that. And then get it filed. You got to get it filed. See, a lot of these people are calling us for help, like the guy with paternity and this guy. They have to do what we tell them. You know, people, they call and they might think it's going to be automatic help, but you have to take some action. You need to take those divorce papers to a divorce attorney. You need to have them looked at. Then what you need to do is sign them and file them so there's a stay on the finances. Then what you do is you ask for a hearing. Your attorney will ask for half of that money back.
Okay, this is one issue. The second issue is the elderly who's in our house. She's letting her kid administer medication to them, which is illegal.
Okay, I understand. That's a whole different issue. You have your divorce. That's one issue. The care of those people, that's another issue.
Okay, now the divorce issue, I have to file for that. Okay.
Now, as far as the health department goes, you're telling me when you reported her to the health department, they did nothing?
No, I didn't. I should.
Yes, you should.
He reported them to the agencies that contract with him for the folks in his house.
They need to go. He needs to go. There is an administrative office at DORA that handles nursing homes and all of those assisted livings. You need to report her to as many state agencies as you can, and also the health department. Where is this assisted living located?
It's in Denver.
Then you go to Denver Health Department as well, and you say that the conditions are deplorable. Now, you're getting divorced. A lot of people might think you're just making a complaint and it's not really valid. However, they should investigate it. This is important. How many residents are in that home?
3.
20?
3.
Three people?
Yeah, this is a small home.
Okay,
home.
Three people.
Business.
Three people.
Yeah.
And were you guys subjected to what they call inspections? Were you subjected to inspections?
This is the issue. The inspection from the agencies of these customers, they call her like before 3-4 days. Oh, we are coming at this time.
Oh, they tell her when they're coming. Okay.
Yeah, this is wrong. So when they come,
right.
Clean, right. People are clean. Showers.
How old are the people?
Oh, they're old, like almost 70, and there is one 47. But
almost 70. Oh my God, we're almost 70. Yeah. What the hell? You get off the phone, Mayor. Hey, listen. Can't they speak for themselves? I'm serious.
They can, but when she's there, so they're sort of afraid. When I looked after, I called her friend, and the nation friend. I told her there is something wrong is happening. And she said, okay, look into her paper. And I found that she had some kind of domestic violence before with her ex.
I know. You're afraid she's going to. How can she blame? Hold on. How can she blame you for domestic violence if you're not even there?
No, sir. I'm sleeping there by 1 hour, 2 hours, and then running away from the house. No, I'm talking to you outside.
No, you need to get out of the house, Matt.
I know, but I cannot leave these people not attended if they are here.
All right, okay. Matt's saying he doesn't want to leave those people unattended. Do they ever leave the house and leave those people alone?
Yes, they go. No, these people, they go for day program. They call it daily, and they come from like 9 o'clock until 1, and from 9 certain different programs. Okay, and they come back like 3 p.m. or 1 p.m. at the house.
I don't know what to tell you, man. If you can't get out of that house, you run the risk of being accused. I don't know what else to tell you, Matt.
Tom, can't he call and ask the police to do like a welfare check for adults, something like that, or DHS? Make a report so that somebody will come out here today when those people are there?
Like right now, are they in deplorable conditions every day?
No, they are good. They are good. When she saw me, I'm trying, because I took videos of her son administering medication for getting many days.
Well then, okay, I don't know what you want to know then. What is your question, Matt? I still haven't heard a question. Okay, so hold on. I need a question. Okay? I need a question. Because so far, it sounds like you're taking care of things. What the fuck is he calling for?
He's scared a black man's gonna roll up and grab his ass.
Mark, if you get a second, will you see if you can find the screen? Somehow I clicked off of it. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's probably something Lee did.
Yeah, I did it.
What was the screen?
Just the call.
Call screen.
The call.
I know what you did.
I was scanning through so much of porn and suddenly triggered.
That'll always trigger. Oh, this thing is just so slow. It's really embarrassing.
So what are these virtual machines? VMware downstairs something?
I don't even know if it's that.
Protect your privacy online for free.
DuckDuckGo.
Do you know that 1 in 3 people will be sued in a year and billions of dollars handed down in judgments around the country? You can be protected from judgments, and you can be protected from creditors. How is that? With BlakeHarrisLaw.com. Now, I want to say something. Blake Harris is an estate planning attorney. It's way more than just protecting your estate and passing on your assets to others when you die. It's also about protecting your assets while you're alive and also protecting them after you're dead to protect your heirs through their entire life. Find out about asset protection trusts. Find out about simple wills or whatever you need for your estate. Blake Harris will answer all of your questions at no charge. And then he only charges flat rates for whatever he does for you. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Countertops make or break a kitchen. If you're looking for countertops of any material, especially granite and stone, Art of Granite is a stone importer. TheArtofGranite.com. He'll give you a price on the phone because his structure is easy. Wholesale on materials, tear out and haul away's free. The bathroom's free when you do the kitchen. Just give him a call and get a price. 303-386-5919. 386-5919. TheArtofGranite.com.
Heavy.
So you're doing that for 2 weeks?
Just a week.
When are you doing it, next week?
Week the 12th. Next week, I'm flying to New York for 24 hours just to see 2 shows.
What are they?
I'm going to see Hamilton. It was just to pick a second show.
Okay.
My favorite show is Waitress, and
What's that about?
they revived it. It's about a young woman who it takes place in a diner, and one of
It's
those
just her
women-
life.
Yeah, her big thing is making pies, and she gets prego by her abusive husband. I know it doesn't sound interesting. And
Actually, I think I might have seen that.
and she has an affair with her OBGYN.
Oh, maybe not.
And it's
Did they make a
you probably
movie?
get a big kick out of that. It's pretty funny.
Did they make a movie out of it?
There is a movie.
I have
It was a
seen
long
it.
time ago.
I have seen it then.
Yeah, a long time ago.
That
there was a
plot's
movie.
just too. I mean, how would I have forgotten that?
But there's some really funny characters, and one of my favorite actors is in it. They revived it.
She
Sarah
ends
Bareilles-
up leaving the husband at the end.
Yep.
But she does not end up with the OBGYN.
No. Sarah Bareilles wrote the music. She's a pop star. She wrote the music, and she is starring in it on Broadway. It closed. It closed in early 2020, like an official closing. And my daughter and I went to the closing.
Oh, wow.
And then she decided to bring it back for some reason, and she's playing in it till October 17th, and so is, I think, some other original cast members.
Did you see that? I can't remember the name of it, but Hanson. That's a.
Dear Evan Hansen.
That's going to be a movie.
No, the movie got panned.
It did?
Oh, the critics hated it.
Yeah.
They loved the show. I don't know how many Tony
Yeah, but
Awards.
whoa. You can still see the movie, right?
The movie just came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it. I enjoyed it, but I love the music.
I love the
and-
play. That's why I'd see the movie.
Yeah, but
Did you really?
I'll wait till. Oh, I love those. Probably when I had season passes that year, that was probably my favorite play.
It's a wonderful, wonderful story. The movie.
What story is that?
Dear Evan
Dear
Hansen.
Evan Hansen. When you come out of the theater, you're actually uplifted, even though it was a dark topic. This movie, not quite as much. It was just a little.
Oh, sorry, Jim. No, it does.
Yeah, but he's been really criticized for being too old for the part.
And also
I thought
they
he did fine.
They just didn't like anything about. I think it's hard when you take something like even Hamilton. If you take that and put it into a movie, it's going to lose some of it because it's it's theatrical. I mean, so much.
Right, there's something about the live experience. Right. Although the Hamilton one, that one he filmed. I mean, he just literally filmed like the version of it. It's on Disney, and I love because I like seeing their faces up close.
Have you seen Hamilton live yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're going to see it again in New York.
Yeah, I'm taking a friend of mine. I just called and said, would you go to New York for 24 hours with me? I'll pay for everything. She's like, oh my God. She started crying. And then so I wanted to fill in with another play that she probably wouldn't get to see. And I thought,
New York sucks right
I
now.
found
Does it?
Hamilton.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Stupid.
But the theater
You
is
can't go anywhere or do anything.
Well, the theater is a theater.
So I know we were like leaving at 5:30 in the morning.
Tom Martino here,
303-713-TALK, 713-8255, waterpros.net for the most excellent computer-operated, low-maintenance, wonderful water conditioning, purification, softening, filtration, whatever you need. The lowest prices anywhere. Just know that. If you don't have suitable water, whether you want it purified or softened for your plumbing and your cleaning of clothes and everything, I mean, by the way, soft water turns into like a magical cleaning solution. Waterpros.net. You will never do better. I'm talking under $2,000 for a whole house unit. Yeah. We're talking unbelievable, beautiful systems. Now I'm sounding like Trump. I better stop. Oh my God. Beautiful, wonderful. Big league. Anyway, waterpros.net. So, Matt, what is your question? You're facing a divorce. Your wife took all the money. You guys run an assisted home for 3 residents. What is your question now? We told you got to file the divorce, get the hell out of the house, and report her to health departments. What is your question?
Would this affect my status here? Can she?
You know,
because she's always threatening me.
You're a permanent resident. You're a permanent resident. I don't think it won't affect your status if you didn't do anything wrong.
I didn't. I don't.
Well, if she accuses you of domestic violence, you'd have to defend yourself. That's why we're saying get out of the house.
Yes, confirm. I will do, sir. Any lawyer? You said I must see a lawyer who might take...
Yes, you should talk to Bonnie Shields.
1 second.
Right here. She's right with us now. This is the one you should talk to. She's familiar with the case, and I'll give you her number.
Her number?
Huh?
Yes, please.
Yes. Bonnie Shields. She's an attorney at law. She does she does divorce and family law, and she'll consult you. She'll read that document and give you some advice. And her number is 303-798-1927. Okay?
1927. Okay,
that's Bonnie. She's here right now, so call her after the show, and she will get back to you for sure. Ken, what's going on with you, Ken? Welcome to the show. What's happening? Ken, what's going on, man?
Hello?
Yes, what's happening?
My check engine light is on a 2002 Pontiac Sunfire.
Yeah?
And I just wondered, what kind of hassle am I going to get?
Okay, listen, we'll get somebody on the air with you. Hold on, we'll get a mechanic on the air to walk you through it. Hang on. I'm Tom Martino. We'll talk about that
coming up. That's a good call. Don't get ripped off. He wants to know, what are they going to tell me? We'll let you know.
Hey, Mark?
Yeah, so either, any one of our guys.
It's about a guy who gets killed, and then they find out he's been dating, his wife didn't know it, but he's been dating multiple women on dating sites.
I don't think I told you about it, Doc.
You did. I would never.
Let me look it up real
quick. It's called clickbait. You were the one who recommended it. You said it was terrific, and now you can't remember it?
I can't. Official teaser, Netflix. Let me see. Doc, someone else told you, it wasn't me.
Really?
So I like this actor, though. I like him a lot, actually.
Well, who is like this?
It's not Jason Bateman.
I abuse women. No, I have seen this. At 5 million views, I die.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have seen this. I forgot about
5 million views, I die.
No, yeah. This guy who's a normal, average, middle-class white guy, right?
Yeah.
His family and everybody finds out that he puts a video where he's holding up a sign that says, "I abuse women." Takes the sign down, gets another sign that says, "At 5 million viewers, at 5 million hits, I'm going to be dead."
I thought you were saying it was a series.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that movie for sure. That was a great
movie. So it says, at 5 million views.
Oh, I'm going to watch it.
At 5 million
clickbait.
At 5 million views, I'm going to be dead.
I'm going to put it on my watch.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Don't tell me about it.
Yeah, you don't want to know the ending. You don't want to know they hang him from his. I won't say. So Obama criticized open borders on ABC, and when they televised the interview, they literally cut out what Obama had to say.
Really?
When it came to the open borders part, can you fucking believe
Did they ever get any? Did they ever? How do we know that? Then he said that.
Because they have, of course, the unedited stuff.
Who does?
ABC. Someone at ABC released it.
Oh, they did. So is that making big news?
No, it's making news on Fox. Isn't that funny, though? Obama himself says, you can't sustain this. This is crazy. You can't have open borders. We're a country of people that fucking belong here.
Well, a country is defined by its borders. Whatever you say that goes on inside the country, a country is defined by its borders.
That's his old boss, too. That's what's even funny.
Well, what I want to know is,
I bet he's got some axes to grind with Obama. Obama didn't want to fucking back him or anything at first, until he was basically forced to.
Yeah, well, all I got to say is Joe got history. And it's a bit soiled.
There's so many things in court about masks and vaccines now. It's going to be crazy the next month. I wonder if the Supreme Court will get involved and put into it, or will they just kick it back down to the lower courts? Or
The Supreme Court can actually put an end to it and put a period at the end of a sentence.
Yeah, they can say you cannot fire people for not getting vaccinated. I don't know how they would do it, though.
I texted you an outbound from LinkedIn. I have the notes here, so you don't have to put a lot up on description.
Mark, my son got an awesome job.
Where?
Where did he get the job?
They're situated in Fort Collins, but he works remotely. So he's
Doing
taking
what?
over one of my conference rooms.
I saw it.
Doing coding work.
Wait, did he call Native Rain? You gave me his resume, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, did I not pass on the message? George said he should call him. Oh
That's okay. He's thrilled. He got a really nice job.
Okay, good.
He's happy.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's happy and can learn a lot, and he's
It's cool.
yeah, it's a really good opportunity.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yes, I've got 2 conference rooms. I have one really small one that never gets used, so it's his office. So I gotta get him a desk. He's like, yeah, I can work on the table. I'm like, that is so bad for your back and stuff.
IKEA.
The tables are too high. I'm thinking Craigslist.
That's true.
I've gotten rid of desks on there.
Yeah,
times, a lot of times for free.
I have given so much stuff away on Craigslist.
Okay, that number you gave me,
Trampolines.
when I call it, it says
kids,
please press 2 to be connected to the
full-blown
property.
swing
So I hit
sets.
2,
They came over
it
and
rings
did
3
it,
or 4
took it.
times and then goes dead. So maybe it's a
Old
different
washer.
number.
Tell her it's 435.
I even gave away a lawn tractor.
Really?
Still ran. Yeah.
Wow.
The mower
I'll try
deck
it one
was
more
shot,
time.
But the tractor ran fine.
The trick is when you do it for free, you've got to quickly then take your ad off because you got 40,000 people.
Oh my God! I always
Come
sit.
out.
And the other thing is, you say first one to grab it
Right.
because you go, oh, I live in Fort Collins. I'll be there in 6 hours. I'm like, I don't think so, bro.
Yeah.
First come, first serve.
Yep.
Anytime I have let someone talk me into waiting for him and taking the ad down, I get screwed. So I just don't do it anymore.
Especially on Craigslist.
I'm sending her a letter, so tell me what it says.
There's
I'm
people
sending
out
her a
there, though,
message.
man.
Tell
That's
me
how
what
they
it
make
says
a
when you
living. They
call.
come get decent stuff for free, and then they fix it up and flea market it or whatever they do.
You know,
Well, that's
another
okay. At
great-
least, you know.
I love it.
They're
You
Right
kidding
on
me?
your
service.
Yep.
Oh, man. You can't even throw a TV in the trash anymore. Oh, what did I try to throw out? Okay,
Because
listen to
it's
this.
illegal, right?
No, this one blew me away. So our freezer went out. You know, it's a chest freezer.
Right.
And, I mean, it doesn't weigh anything. The only thing that weighs anything is the damn compressor. So I just put it out by the trash thinking they'd crush it in the truck. I mean, it's smaller than a lot of stuff I've thrown out. So it sat out there 2 weeks. They wouldn't take it. So my neighbor's trash pulled up. And I said, hey, man, my trash company just keeps leaving this year. They're so busy, I can't get a call back. I said, you mind taking it for me? He goes, oh, they're not taking it because we can't take anything that's got Freon in it. And I said, oh, well, there's no Freon in it because I took the compressor out. So he threw it in the truck for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know. It was nice. I gave him a 20, too. I was so happy.
Okay, I don't know what they're saying.
Huh?
So do you think you should tip people before or after they do
And then it rings and rings and rings.
Oh, my God. Definitely
Rutler?
See, and I tipped them before, well, like with my moving guys.
Yeah.
I gave them each.
I understand
I gave them
why.
each $30.
Yeah.
When they were unloading, I said, hey guys, here's $30 each. Just be careful with my stuff.
The problem is it can still go wrong.
But when you tip them ahead of time.
No, I agree. There's some things I like that logic, but I'd never do it for food in a million years.
No, I'm talking about before. I'm talking about like people who come to my house
How
to
can
do something.
CBS decide they left that out of the interview?
Well, they can edit.
They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, but not when you.
No, I'm not talking about like food stuff. That goes out saying.
Yeah.
But guys that come to your house to do things, I always tip them ahead of time. So, and then I stay there with them, and you know, they always, I think they appreciate it.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right there. You just hope they take a little more effort.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. We here want to help you solve your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints, and make your life just a little easier. And this hour is brought to you by Claims Pro. Now, listen, Claims Pro is on our referral list. They handle insurance claims for you or with you, and they are a public adjuster. You know how we feel about public adjusters? They are really good for you because they help you get more money and better and more fair settlements from insurance companies, because insurance companies are going to rip you off every time, every chance they get. If they say they want to settle for 8, it's likely you could get 10 times that. Many times you can get things that you don't even know about. So if you need help for a small commission, Claims Pro helps you. Publicadjuster.pro is the website. Publicadjuster.pro. And we also have them on our referral list. Mark, what were you going to say?
Do you remember yesterday, Chris Ramos versus 360 Degrees?
Now, let me recap, because I think it's on here. And we said that was a really bad company, right? Because 360 Degrees of Perfection in Arvada. David, the manager there, said, I wasn't there when he dropped off the car, but he dropped it off March 31st, 2020. He did not have comp insurance to pay for repairs, so he paid $12,450 to them. And now he can't find the car. They won't give him the car. And they even suggested that he commit insurance fraud, get insurance on it, and claim that the damage happened later. So, yes, I do remember that.
So, interesting enough, the person that claims that they're the manager there, David, is the son of the owners.
Oh, David is actually the son.
And guess what?
What?
Our caller was the bail bondsman that helped bail him out. And I'll say this again, guess what after that?
What?
He's on the run. He's on the lam, baby.
Did he leave?
I don't know, but the cops want him, and he is apparently, no, I mean, he was there yesterday when we called. So any police in that area, if you're looking for this guy, David, I'm not sure of his last name.
Well, wouldn't it be Hogue?
I would think so, if it's his son.
Because Susan and David Hogue are the owners.
Yep. So
what? These are a bunch of crooks up there, it sounds like.
Well, they're managers on the lam.
And also, they suggested insurance fraud to him. And
that was amazing. You read that text message. They basically said, go buy insurance, and then we'll turn it in a month.
Now, here's the number if you want to do a live on-air review and tell them what you think of them. 303-422-0406 is their number. Talk to the ex-con on the run son, David. David on the run. Talk to him. 303-422-0406. or you can talk to the owner, Susan and David Hogue.
Maybe call up and say, hey, I'm Detective so-and-so.
Yeah, don't impersonate an officer. Anyway, owned by Susan and David Hogue. They actually took this vehicle and have done nothing so far. By the way, they gave them a loaner with bogus plates on it, another illegal thing. And that is their number is 720-862-7185.
And our other favorite sleaze brigade, who heads the top of it, is still not filed bankruptcy. So this guy has taken over $500,000 allegedly from numerous people for steel buildings, has either done absolutely nothing, delivered nothing, or very little in a few cases. He hired an attorney. The attorney told us 3 weeks ago now that he was going to be filing that week. So honestly, I think the attorney's a lying sack of crap, too. Why would the attorney tell us he was going to file that week and then never do it?
I think he was putting off creditors. We got a lot of bad people that we highlight on this show. And we also help in other ways, like Ken wants to know about his 02 Pontiac Sunfire. Ken, that 02 Pontiac Sunfire, how many miles on it?
It's got about 125,000.
125,000? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you owned it?
It's since about 2003.
Okay. Oh my God, you've owned it a long time. Have you done maintenance on it?
You love fancy cars, don't you?
No. Have you done maintenance on it?
No, I usually don't. I mean, I do oil changes on it.
So have you ever had to do anything? Does that have a timing belt or not?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Does it need to be changed? Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Autotech. Does a 02 Pontiac Sunfire have to change that timing chain? Or, timing belt?
Yeah, any car with a timing belt, you should change it at intervals, between 80 and 100,000 miles, yes.
Yeah, if you haven't done that, Ken, that could be a big problem in the future, just so you know.
Yeah, it just quits on you.
Well, if you have an interference engine, it does more than quits. It quits and ruins your engine. So I don't know, is the Pontiac Sunfire, does it have an interference engine, Kevin?
I'm not sure off the top of my head. That's one I'd have to look up. Yeah.
Okay.
Most of them are interference. Most are.
Okay. That means, Ken, if you risk it breaking, you ruin your car. Now, let's talk about the engine light. When did it come on?
Oh, about 3 months ago. And it just came on 3 months, and I thought, well.
And it stayed on the whole. Is it your daily driver?
No, it's a second car.
So how long have you driven it with the engine light? I mean, how many miles have you put on it?
Probably about 5,000 miles.
All right. So your question is, what kind of hassle are you going to find, or what are you looking at to check this out? Now, do they have computer ports on the 02, Kevin?
Yes, absolutely.
How long would it take you? How long would it take you to tell them what that means?
5 minutes.
Would you charge for it?
No, we'll just pull codes and discuss options as possibilities and stuff. If we have to, do any kind of deep dive, we'll let them know before. But yeah, we pull codes for free all the time.
Ken, you can't do better than that. Okay, I guess he either loved what you had to say, or
he was a pissy caller, Tom.
He was a pissy caller.
Yeah, to me, maybe it wasn't personal. I don't know.
All right, so I don't know if he liked the answer or not, but you don't do better than free. They'll pull a code to let you know what that engine light means at SheridanAutotech.com, and he has 2 locations, Aurora and Lakewood.
Can they?
303-455-7242, 303-455-7242. Yes, Mark.
Can they actually fail you for a check engine still?
Kevin, can you be failed for a check engine light in emissions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the prick hung up, so that's all there is to it at this point.
Oh, well.
But, Kevin, that's cool that you can pull a code and you'll do it for people. And
sure.
And then, does the code tell you an exact cause or just the area?
No, that's just the start. That's just
give me an idea of what a code would tell you.
Well, you may get a system lean. So
okay.
You got to check for vacuum leaks, fuel pressure.
Got it.
There's numerous things.
Okay, so it's a general area of concern. Thank you. Remember, Sheridan Autotech, 303-455-7242.
Hellcat wants to be your common man.
Who?
Hellcat 78.
Has he been in before?
I don't know.
Have you been in before, Hellcat? Just
gotta wait.
If he hasn't, have Suzanne reach out to him, or have him reach out to Suzanne. Help in trouble.
She says if you call now, you'll get through. I told her that. So I love free.
When it comes to valuable things, and I'm not kidding right now, you can get a free market valuation of your home from Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Now, you don't need to list. You may think, should I list? Should I move? Should I move out of state? What should I do? He'll give you a free market valuation going through your entire home. He actually looks for comps. He looks for actual sales. He inspects the house. It's a serious deal, but it's free. If you decide to list with him, fine, but there's no obligation. He wants to increase his knowledge for you. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Now, there's another free thing, free legal advice, and that's really valuable. Analyzing your personal injury case if you're in an accident of any kind, if you're injured in any way, if you think someone else is responsible, or you're not sure, John Fuller gives free legal advice. You can search for John Fuller at referralist.com or call him. He'll give you free advice, analyze your case. Now, listen, if you do decide to hire him, there's no out-of-pocket. It's a contingency fee. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500.
Bonnie, you want some coffee?
No, I'm good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Got Diet Coke coffee. For some reason, Diet Mountain Dew, which I can't figure out why anybody would drink. But
how are you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Have you taken your...
Well, wait. Since we've seen you, we've been back up to Granby. Love Granby. We spent 4 days up there. That was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Man, just hung with the dogs. We went paddle boarding, so we bought paddle boards that inflate.
I just told her to call us because
in a kayak.
I just called that woman to call us on 303 March.
Hot tub, swimming pool. We have these electric bikes, so we took those in and ate in Granby a few times.
Nice.
Yep. And then we got these electric scooters. So you saw how big that park was. It's massive.
Yeah.
So now we scoot around and stuff like that, which is fun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We met a cool couple up there. They are full-time. Actually, they're not really full-timers. They're, 7 months out of the year. To me, that's pretty damn close to full. But they have a home base in Florida. And we hit it off with them really good. So we went out to dinner with them actually twice. They're a cool couple.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit older, but shit, they had to be mid-60s.
Oh, my God.
Both retired, of course.
That's old? My God.
Surprised they were still standing.
I was shocked.
Surprised they could still eat dinner.
Oh, I'll tell you where we ate. It was okay. Actually, the scenery, it was good. I'll just put it that way. It was decent. It's right by the river, so you can sit literally right by that river at the end of not Winter Park, the end of Grand Lake. So you basically go all the way to the end of Grand Lake. We drove through there with you one time.
Okay.
And cabins, and then there's a restaurant in there. And
the Rapids?
I think it is called the Rapids. It is a Rapids.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's where we ate.
But it's really good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So for 4 of us, it might have been 400 maybe. I don't remember. Somewhere around there. We had a lot of cocktails.
Okay.
But how gorgeous is that?
That is the most incredible place to eat for the scenery.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Was it nice enough to be outside?
Yeah, so we sat outside, and then we had a window for, when we ate dinner, we wanted to be inside. We had the perfect window seats. It's gorgeous.
The trick to the Rapids is to have lunch there because it's a fraction of the cost and you get the same scenery.
It was really
The
good.
Russian menu's really good.
I got steak, I'm sure. Suzanne got seafood. I remember she really liked that. We got some
Still that little
calamari.
pesto dipping sauce.
Yeah.
With red peppers and cashews in it. And then the little sorbet thing.
Yeah, in between. Sorbet's a little overdone, but yeah, it helps. It does clean the palate.
Yes. Well, you need your palate cleansed. I mean.
It was really good though.
Yeah, no, I really like it. They always have really good help there too.
We were the staff was amazing. Actually, you say that. In fact, our waiter, I looked at him. I said, "What are you doing here, man? You should be like in the movies. You look like a young Brad Pitt or something." He couldn't have been but like 20. And he looked like he should have been literally in the movies.
Yeah.
And then one of the bussers it must have been the daughter of someone that worked there because she had to be maybe 15. But everybody was great.
Yeah. Oh, it's very nice. I think I called them the night we were going out to dinner. And I think
Yes, who is this?
They fill up really
Is this Doc?
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Argino here, 303-713-TALK. One Clear Choice Garage Doors for all your garage door needs. These guys can do everything from a broken spring if your door is stuck and won't open, and in an emergency, they can do 24/7. Or, of course, you want a new door or a new opener, or maybe it's just some part of the door. All of the prices are on their website, oneclearchoicedoors.com. That's oneclearchoicedoors.com. Great garage door people. $80 inspections as well, which goes through every single part of that garage door, plus lubricates and adjusts. OneClearChoiceDoors.com, 720-370-3987. 720-370-3987. Okay, so let's talk. Nancy, what's happening with you? Hello, Nancy.
Hi.
What's going on, Nancy?
Well, we moved from Seattle, Washington, and before we moved, we contacted LA Transport, and it's in Seattle. And I was dealing with one lady that says that she could help us when we were ready. Called her. She took all our information of how much poundage we had and everything.
Yeah.
And we set up the thing, and we were putting things in storage.
When was this move taking place?
Last March.
Last March. You're talking about March of 2021?
Yeah.
Huh?
Correct.
Okay, so it's this year, March this year.
Yes.
Okay. Let's just get to the part. What went wrong?
Well, we set everything up, and when we set everything up, we connected with this guy called Aaron.
Who connected you with them? LA Transport?
Well, the lady that we originally called, she told us that call when you're ready. So we did, and when we called, Aaron, this guy answered and said she's no longer with us. And so I said, well, this is what she quoted, so on and so forth. Well, he says, no problem. We're going to give you discounts, blah, 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 blah.
Okay,
anyway,
wait. How did she quote it? Over the phone?
She sent an information sheet of what we had. We told her everything that we had. So she...
Okay, so you filled out an info sheet, and tell me what estimate you were given.
Oh, wow. You mean the price-wise?
Yeah, of course, of course. The very first price you were given, the one when you called back said, this is what she quoted. What was it?
Oh, gosh, Tom, I'm so sorry. I wasn't prepared for
Wait, you don't have any idea what it was? You don't have any clue what it was? Maybe that's not the problem. The money wasn't the problem? Did they do it for the price they quoted?
No, it went up higher.
Well, if it went up higher, then you must know what
how much did it end up being?
Yeah, what did it end up being?
She doesn't know.
Wait. But Nancy, it's okay, promise. But if you're complaining about it going from one price to another, and you don't even remember what the price was that you paid, it couldn't have been that bad. I mean, how much you don't remember what you paid to move? Not even a guess?
What was the actual amount that we paid? Do you remember?
Just an idea.
It was all $5,000. I think she quoted about $3,000.
Okay, so you paid about, and that's all I need, approximately. So you're saying she quoted about $3,000, and you ended up paying over $4,000.
And did you get your furniture and stuff?
Well, we got it, but it was severely damaged.
God, this is the same story. We hear this story over and over. So what you're saying is not only did they charge you more after promising you discounts.
I assume you didn't buy an insurance policy, and they're quoting you 60 cents a pound.
Well, how much was damaged? Like, what was damaged?
Well, we didn't receive a lot of our stuff, but dishes that we had purchased over in Japan in the 1970s that were not made in China, but actual Japanese dishes.
Yeah.
They were damaged. There was other dishes that
were
we
those
bought,
things, did you carry special insurance on that stuff?
Well, we did buy insurance, didn't we? We did buy insurance. They recommended buying insurance, and we did that. But, with all that was going on, I'm sorry, we were so upset over the whole thing, and it felt like they were scamming the whole time, and just, they
were.
told us something, and then...
They were scamming.
Oh, I know that.
So the insurance went, okay, so did you try filing an insurance claim?
Was it even a real policy?
No. Oh, I hope so.
Well, wait a minute. Why wouldn't you even try filing?
I know. Why didn't you file a policy? Why didn't you?
Well, okay, do it now.
I guess what I'm asking is, Nancy, if you had damaged stuff and you bought extra insurance and you did not put in a claim, what do you want to do about it now? I'm just asking a straight up question. What do you want to do about it right now?
Well, we probably should go forward and do this, but, we thought things would get better and communicate with these people.
You thought what? Did you think they would just make a goodwill adjustment or they would pay you something?
I thought they would pay us something, and again, it's our fault because we've never been through this before.
No, hey, listen, Nancy, I understand that. Listen, you're not the only one. I get this call all the time. I get it from doctors and lawyers and accountants. We get it from everyone, from college professors. We get it from school teachers. I mean, what I'm saying is these moving companies have a going scam. They estimate, then charge more every single time. Every single time. And if you don't pay the more, they keep your stuff and add to storage to it. Then when they do deliver,
that's what they were doing. Yep.
Then when they do deliver, I know, but then when they do deliver, they damage everything. Here's the problem.
Yes.
People contact us after it happens, and what goes on then is it's like you've already been shot, now we got to remove the bullet and the infection, and sometimes we can't. Sometimes all we can do is keep somebody else from getting shot. But the thing is, if you truly purchased insurance and you have a contract that shows you purchased some kind of insurance, then get the name of that carrier and file a claim. That's what insurance is for.
Why would you buy it in the first place and then not use it?
That's puzzling to us.
Well, I had issues with my health, and I was going through a real bad time with my own
She's
health.
just deer in the headlights, too, man. People aren't used to getting ripped off by these movers.
No, they're not.
They sweet-talk you. The next thing you know, they're just taking your stuff, breaking your stuff, holding it for a hostage. They all suck.
Hey, Tom, I have a question.
Yeah.
Let's say my recent move, they had 35 boxes of stuff that they dropped off.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they left. And as I'm unpacking, let's say that I was really lucky because there was absolutely no damage.
Yeah.
But let's say that I opened up a box and it was damaged.
Yeah.
If the movers have gone, how can you prove whether they did it or whether you did it during the unpacking?
You can't. That's why when you sign, you know that clipboard they put in your face after they've unloaded?
Yes.
You know what that clipboard says?
That's right. You accepted it as undamaged.
You accepted everything, and it was in the same condition as when they picked it up.
But that means that 99% of moves are in boxes, right?
Well, that's exactly right. And by the way, if you packed it, sometimes they won't take responsibility. So it's a game. Moving is a scam. The best of movers are mediocre. The best of them are mediocre. Okay?
I'm sorry, I have a company.
Under the mediocre, you get terrible and you get criminals.
I had a moving company that was $700 less than the estimate, did no damage.
Okay. You are the exception of everything I've ever heard.
No, but just use this company.
Now, did you have them come and do a live estimate?
Yes.
Okay. She did. You can't do a phone estimate.
His
That's
are
the
also
first
local
mistake.
movers.
Right, they're local movers, but
yeah.
They came in, they did a live estimate, they moved everything, $700 less than the estimate, and the damage from the entire townhouse was one broken glass.
Okay. And what did they do about that?
I didn't even say anything. One broken drinking glass.
So listen, Nancy, can you get a hold of your insurance and let's go from there? I mean, really, if you have insurance, we have to go there and start there. And then, Suze, give her contact information. Of course, 303 Martino is a good one. You can call us back. 303-713-8255. Christopher, I'm dying to know, how were your email accounts stolen? Christopher? Hello? All right, we'll have to come back and see where he went.
So I never thought about that. When you get all those boxes,
I know.
What do? You don't unpack them as they are delivered. You're screwed. I mean, I had like 30 boxes of stuff to unpack.
I don't know, man.
So
That's what they said. I moved one time.
Yeah.
And I signed it, and they had taken stuff, and I signed it. I had everything. Next time I moved, I made them wait. And I said, guys.
Oh, you unpacked everything?
Yes. No. I said, I'm opening every box, and I'm going to count every box. Now, if you don't want to wait, fuck you. But I'm not signing it.
I'll never use movers again.
Well, what will you do?
Fucking sell everything and buy.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know.
I will never fucking use movers again.
And
use these guys that I use.
What? If you're moving out of state,
moving out of state, that's different.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If I'm moving in state, I don't know what I'd do. But out of state, there is no way. You can buy brand new shit cheaper than moving shit.
Right. But in state, you use these guys that I've been using. I mean, when have you heard of a company that was $700 less than the estimate mark?
Never.
Who did you use?
They're called Move Masters. I was one of their first customers when I moved to Denver in 1983, and I've used them. My son has used them. My ex-wife has used them. They are incredible.
That is good string cheese, man.
Great. I was literally
Hello?
going to say that.
Bonnie wants some string cheese.
Oh.
Yeah, so what'd they say?
Thank you. I realized in talking to you, Mark,
Say it
I
again?
never secured tickets for the one show I'm going out there to see.
Oh, boy. Did you get them?
I'm looking now. I might be able to get 2 seats not together, which is better than not seeing it.
Is it all secondary market or?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll give them a call after the show and get back to you.
Sometimes the best is
Yeah, I
the
have
day
it.
before, though.
All right, thanks, Kathleen.
To get the tickets is the day before, at least with concerts.
How did he in that
They'll
moving call? Are we
re-release
done
the
with
night
it? Is it
before.
dead?
Yeah.
It's dead.
But
Okay,
boy,
fly
you
out
risk it
there.
when you're flying.
Yeah. I'm thinking of going and trying to call the theater. Because what I can't figure out, there's these seats where it says there's it's for handicapped, that the arm folds down and then a companion next to it. I'm trying to find out, is there really a seat there? Will they let somebody non-handicapped sit there? Because they're all over the theater. There's like at least 10 sets of those left. I just don't know
how it works.
I don't want to get there and have there be like no seat and have it totally open for a wheelchair. And then, so, I don't think I can squat that long.
And you don't want to buy a wheelchair.
And I don't want to have to buy a wheelchair. The Barrymore Theater, I think I'm feeling sick to my stomach.
Is Tavern on the Green still right there? Is that still open?
Mm-hmm.
How about Mama Maloney's? Where is it? Ventura's? I forget.
I've never been there. Been to Tavern on the Green a few years ago.
Everybody has it goes there. It's a good restaurant, but it's rated.
Yeah. Honestly, my favorite is they have delis all over Junior's. Junior's is my favorite.
No, I love the good deli. You kidding?
They have the best matzo ball soup.
Where's this?
Just New York City. Theater District.
Okay, Burnham Theater.
Mama Maloney's. It's called Mama Insurance.
Sucking it up. Yeah, making myself walk straight.
What's the famous Italian place in the Theater District in New York? Is
Mama Leone's?
No.
Mama Leone's.
Yeah,
Carmine's. What are you fucking
Well,
kidding
no.
me? Carmine's in New York, right at fucking Broadway.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, but Mama Leone's there.
That's the one I was thinking.
Carmine's and Mama Leone's.
Yeah.
I went to both.
I've been to Mama Leone's, not
No, we weren't talking about quality, just which ones are there.
I was seeing if they're still open. Nope, they're closed.
No shit. Is
Just
it
go down
Carmine's?
to-
How about Carmine's?
Just go down to Little Italy.
Oh, wait.
Little Italy is really little now. It's shrunk.
Yeah. So is Chinatown
Yeah.
expanded?
That's exactly what happened.
Oh, in their prime, they serve 70,000 meals a year in 11 dining rooms, and it's closing now.
It's easy.
Well, I'm glad I ate there.
Enter your address at orchard.com. Takes just a couple minutes and lets you skip home listing hassles. If you're thinking about
Insurance must have been
Orchard will pay for your home. Get a no-cost, no-obligation offer.
I'll tell you what I miss out of
Jack?
Jersey is
That's Orchard.
cheese fries and a cheese
No, it was my
steak,
mistake.
man.
I apologize.
They put
Tommy
the
said you
steak
played
fries
in
and
Norwich on
damn tin.
Tuesday, so I didn't. Sorry to bother you.
And just a good
Yeah,
cheesesteak,
yeah.
man, just straight up cheesesteak.
23 years.
I never liked your cheese whiz. Did you? I mean, I didn't
All right,
dislike
well,
it,
you
but
know
I'd
what?
rather have
I'll
like
keep you on the list, and if you can play fine line, no worries.
Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, yeah.
Just,
like
just
mine
text
really,
me,
really
text me your phone
Yeah.
number.
Some people love that.
Text me your phone number,
I
okay?
do. Trust me, I like it too, but I'd rather, I can only choose
That
one.
moving call, she had no idea she was on the radio until just now. Just so you know, I thought she knew when you told me to call
She
her.
had no idea.
I didn't say, hey, I'm putting you on the live show. I thought she already knew. So is that something
what I
we
do.
need to address or no?
Huh?
Do we need to address that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I made it clear on this thing.
Okay, should I be killing her?
Tell her when she gets her insurance to send it to us.
Okay.
Denver's Talk Station.
We'll help her all the way.
Jack, go ahead. Right.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Genesis Total Exteriors is going far beyond any other solar company. Finally, we have a solar company you can trust. You buy the system, you get the credits. They do a 20-minute evaluation of the solar part. It is the Frank Duran does the valuation, which is how much it's worth. They do an evaluation to see if you can get solar and if it's worth it. And they do that in 20 minutes without even being there. They do it by satellite. Ask for a free one. Then once they do it, if you do decide to buy it, it's a 25-year guarantee on your savings. They'll write you a check if you don't meet that savings goal. And it's a 25-year guarantee on all components. GenesisSolarCO.com. Of course, he also has a wonderful home improvement company, Genesis Total Exteriors. Now, the number for solar, 303-474-4317. Okay. What's the matter?
Your mic was off.
I turned it off after the spot, right? I'm such an idiot sometimes. I'm sorry. I've just been losing things here and there. No, I'm not going down the hill. Don't you dare say it. Cheryl, what's happening? You have a comment on the moving call, and all the moving calls are the same. They're all the same. Phone estimate, they get charged way more at the end, or they threaten to put it in storage. They start racking up storage. When the stuff is finally delivered, it's heavily damaged. It happens in every moving call we get. What about you? Cheryl, do you have a comment?
Hello?
Yes. Do you have a comment?
Are you there?
I'm here. Hold on, Suze. Can you take line 4, please, and find out if that is a moving comment, or maybe Cheryl hung up and it's someone else? 303-713-TALK. Now, Benjamin, what's going on with you, Benjamin?
Yeah, Tom.
What's happening?
I had a side stamp-colored patio done.
Okay.
And I told the guy that we're going to put grill there. So when it was done and over, it sloped. I told him, I said, I can't put a grill there with
Well,
that.
man, it should, hold on, it should slope a little, but not enough to affect the grill. I mean, it must slope. I mean, in order to do it right, it has to slope a tiny bit.
Well, this is way, way beyond what.
And your other patio, did it go over another patio?
No, they removed the lawn.
Okay.
Removed the lawn and poured new.
And how much of a? I mean, so I get what you're saying, Benjamin. You're saying there's too much of a slope. So I want to ask you something. If you put a basketball on there, would it roll off?
Definitely. Oh yeah, it would.
Really?
And the gentleman, I told him before. I said, I'm going to put a brick grill there.
Well, hold on.
So
do you? Oh, wait. Do you mean a stationary grill?
You could build that level then.
Yeah, they do that all the time. I mean, it doesn't have to be flat. You wedge it in there. Now listen, I don't know how much of a slope they put on it. We'd have to have it measured to see if it's proper. But there must be a slope, and I'm wondering if you're just not used to it. But if it's like, it shouldn't be like a ramp, for God's sakes.
Exactly, and that's what our problem is.
It's like a ramp. It looks like a ramp.
If I put my regular grill there, it would roll down. To me.
Can you get us a photo of a side view or something of the slope?
Oh yeah.
We need to look at it. We really do. Now, what does the company say about it?
He told me that they did the best they could.
What does that mean?
And I told him, I said, you know, I had told you what I wanted. I wanted it level.
It can't, okay, first of all, it'll never be level, okay? It'll be level to the eye, but it's not going to be level. And then what you do is you put your ramp on there. I mean, you put your brick. People who lay brick know how to do that. It's not a big deal. It happens in every single patio I've ever seen. That you put an outdoor grill, they build up the brick, and they allow for the ground to slope, because that's what it's supposed to do. Now, it should be flat to the eye, okay? There shouldn't be like a big... So when you got to take some... Okay, Suze, we got to have some pictures taken of this, and he has to send to us. Benjamin, where are you located?
In Thornton.
Ah, crap. Okay. I wanted to have somebody run right over. Okay. Can you take various pictures from angles for us? Suze, can you tell them how to get us those pictures? We really got to see this. Maybe we'll have somebody run out and look at it, but this right now is something we need to see. Okay. Phil, what's happening with you, Phil?
Hey, Phil. Tom.
What's going on, Phil?
Yeah, I live in Arvada, and I was out doing some work in the backyard.
Yeah.
I came in, and my wife, you know, she's on oxygen. She's not all there, I guess. But there was a guy that approached her at the door, and he asked her if she had anything valuable that she wanted to sell.
Oh, my God.
And I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, of course, because he's casing out the joint.
Right, there was a guy across the street.
Can you imagine somebody knocking on the door and saying, do you have anything valuable you want to sell? Never happened.
Right. And and I carry a gun. I got a permit, and I walked in the front door, and he looked at me, and his eyes went real big, and he said, "Oh, I wanted to know if you want to sell the RV. I'll give you $500 for it." I said, "Get out of here."
What do you think this guy's game was? I wonder what this guy's game was.
I don't know. I kind of wanted to see if he approached anybody else around this area.
Well, let's find out. In Arvada, a door knocker asking about valuable things or something. You know, there is another scam where people try to get into your house for one reason. Sometimes they come right out and ask me, I used the bathroom, my car broke down or something, or they say, my wife's pregnant, can she use the bathroom? They both go in. Or, I'm with the cable company, we're having reports of outages, I need to check your connection. Or anything else. Now, why do they do it? In the cases we've seen, one guy posing as a cable guy, he went into the bathroom, and they go through the medicine cabinet. And they take any narcotics that might be there, any pain pills. True story. True story. They take pain pills or cough medicines or anything else. And that happened a few years ago. So who knows? This guy wanted something for sure when he knocked at the door. Maybe if he thought she was feeble enough, he'd just go in and start taking stuff if you hadn't shown up. Now, Alicia, this sounds horrifying to me. What's going on?
So, I had got off work yesterday. Me and my fiance do work together, and, you know, we did have my daughter. I picked her up.
Yeah.
We were a little hungry, so we were like, okay, let's go to Panda Express.
Yeah.
We go to Panda Express, come home, we sit down, start eating, and I ended up video chatting my mom because my daughter wanted to show her grandma that she knows how to use chopsticks. So we're just chatting and eating, and
Yeah.
I ate most of my food.
Okay.
And towards the end, I had seen an orange thing in my food.
What is it?
Like, what the heck? You know, I was thinking maybe it could be a carrot or...
What is... Hold on. Tell me this. What was it? Just get to that. And then I want to... Was it crawling?
No. Definitely not crawling, not alive, not moving, but it definitely was a pill.
Hold on. I got emailed pictures. We're going to put them up. And we'll come back to pills in the Chinese food.
Now, impact traffic. From the DuckDuckGo Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by InsureMax Protein. A big delay to the
Okay,
south
let's see
on
what it is.
southbound
Oh my God, they're definitely fucking pills.
It's ibuprofen.
Did you look at it? Oval 12. Did you do it?
It's I2. It's ibuprofen. 200 milligrams.
No, they don't make 200 milligrams.
It is ibuprofen, 200 milligrams.
Did you look it up on Pill Identifier?
Yes.
Okay. It's ibuprofen.
That's the common thing when you go to the grocery
Yeah,
store.
it is. I forgot. Yeah, 200 milligrams.
200 milligrams.
You take 4 of them is 800.
So they can
Take 6 of them, it's 1,200.
It's the health.
Now, what else if you took 10?
Then it's 2,000.
You know what they used to do? You'd get Motrin at the pharmacy, 200. You'd get it from the doctor prescription, it was 800.
Yeah, horse pill.
I'm going to take 3 of them right now.
Hold on.
InsureMax Protein reported feeling more energy in just 2 weeks. For more information, including consumer surveys,
Best painkiller made,
visit
by the way.
insure.com.
Hey, let's talk about theartofgranite.com for countertops. Whether
Natural stone or any man-made material, he'll get you the material at wholesale. And he's a direct stone import wholesale. Then he tears out and hauls away free. He does the bathroom free. When you do the kitchen, he'll give you prices.
Yep. This commercial is
It's a
fucking
new Mars
insulting.
L6.
Did you just hear this commercial?
Blue commercial?
Listen.
Listen.
You're with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old,
Either against the river, if possible, or closer to the pool.
for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new
Yeah, I think we do
$1 million
actually.
policy.
What's your deal?
Remember, call Big Lou.
Now listen,
He's like
You guys pretty gonna be pretty
He's
full.
only on number 2. Call
Now, you know what he says? He says, do you have, he's talking about a previous number one or number two, and you needed to buy life insurance, you have to buy it again. He's talking about divorces. Then he says, seems like you, but he's only on number two. He says, and during the commercial, he made reference to the women sucking you dry. Okay.
Yes. No, I get it.
I just can't believe that it's on. It is insulting.
But you know what, Tom? The marketplace should decide if it's disgusting. It's not up to you
That's right.
or the FCC
That's right.
or anybody. Let the marketplace decide. Enough people think that he's a low life.
I believe that about social media, too.
That's right. If he's a broke,
every single day, and they will help you find the
So did ours,
that works
and
for
our
you.
daughter.
Call the Ripple Group at 855-407-SOLD. 855-407-SOLD. That's 855-407.
No problem. Hey, the buses, everything's running, right? There's no weird COVID crap going on out there. Good. All right, 4147 0984. And hold on, I got to leave this room to read the rest. I'm on video.
Life Back is a unique, physician-approved program for those who want to cut back on drinking or quit completely, suppress the cravings, improve relationships, get healthy, and start saving money today. Drink less, live more. Get your life back. Call or visit lifebac.com now. Call
Judge will rule today on
858.
I'm drinking 4 bottles of whiskey a week. I didn't want to go to AA or rehab, and I didn't want
Britney Spears.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, Life Back saved my life.
Well, does anybody here think she should be in control of her life?
I'm getting a call from
There's a lot of people that shouldn't are.
Improve relationships, get healthy, and start saving money today.
All right, Lawyer, you didn't answer my call.
I'm not answering the call.
Answer it with another question.
Yeah, I see that.
There are thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body. I am living in the moment and taking Ibrance, alcocycline.
All right, I'll call you back. Thanks.
125 milligrams.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Cool, Tiger Run.
Women or for men with HR positive, HER2 negative MBC as the first hormonal-based.
While you saps are sitting around Denver, I'll be in the rack.
About Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com.
You'll be where?
Breckenridge.
Cause low white blood cells. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation.
I'll tell you what I love about it. We can take those electric bikes from Breck into Frisco, over into the other two towns. Basically, we can get 70 miles on them. I think what we're going to do, though, is we might go into Vail this time. That Vail bike path is one of the nicest damn bike paths in the world.
How long a trip is it from Breck to Vail? That's a pretty long trip, isn't it?
Yeah, no. We would Uber up and then Uber back. Actually, you're making me really think that. You know what we do?
I explore what it means.
We would take. I'd have her follow me up in the car, and then I'd put the bike rack on the car, and then we would drive into Vail.
Okay.
But Breckenridge to Keystone.
Oh yeah, to
Frisco. What's the one right across from Frisco? Silverthorne. So those four.
Wait, isn't Silverthorne further south?
Bike path connects all of them.
Right.
630
God, I love those bikes. Love them.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Alicia, we looked and we saw the pills, and you know what they are, right? You probably went on Pill Identifier and found out what they are, right?
I did, and what I did find is that they are ibuprofen.
Yeah, that's what they are. Ibuprofen, 200 milligrams. It's their common medications, not dangerous. However, you don't want to see them in your Chinese food, but I'm thinking they were just thinking ahead, trying to prevent a headache from MSG, so they just had the ibuprofen.
You know, that's
forgot to dissolve it.
It's kind of what you get for going to Buckus Scoop.
No, she went to Panda.
Well, that's kind of like Buckus Scoop.
Anyway, so what did they say when you told them?
So actually, when I was on video chat with my mom, she said, okay, come and get me so I can go with you. Their lobby was actually closed, so we did go through the drive-thru. My mom did try to call them a few times. No one was answering, so that's another reason why we had went down there. And the girls that were working there came to the window, and my mom was a little bit upset for me, and she was just like, we tried calling, and one of the managers had came to the window and was like, okay, what's the problem? And, you know, he was trying to look, and he was like, what am I looking at? And my mom was like, there's pills right here.
Yeah, you idiot.
Yeah. And he was just like, showed no concern. He didn't even look at my mom when she was talking to him. No concern, and all he told us was to call corporate.
Because he doesn't know what to do. He's not trained for it. You see, I feel bad for these people. They don't know what to do. They are totally baffled. I mean, they don't know. Well, what should they do? Should they take it? Should they give you food? Should they say, we're sorry? They are not trained, and these people, none of these people are trained. It's hard enough to get anyone in there to begin with, let alone train them for odd things like this.
What do you want?
Yeah. I want to ask you, what would have made you satisfied? Seriously now, I want to ask that. What would have made you satisfied?
I mean, I feel like if I would have at least had sympathy or even just like a true, genuine apology, maybe it would have made it
I agree. Or saying, you know what, let me refund that meal. At least.
Exactly.
At least. No, I agree with you. They're not even trained to do that. Were you talking to a manager?
Yes, I believe it was a manager. His name was, I believe, Seth. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that's what he said.
You know, did you contact corporate?
We did. Me and my mom did, and they did say they were going to look into it, and they did. Are going to be sending me coupons, but I mean, I was just a little freaked out. I even checked.
And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That is ugly looking. God. But you know what? You know what probably happened? Some kid on the line there just took a couple and in his hand or in her hand, start taking them and dropped a couple. I mean, I think that's what happened.
Or he put them in his mouth and then they drooled out.
No.
I mean, you don't know what happened.
No.
Yeah, we just don't know.
Yeah, but man, is that crazy. What if it was something more serious? My God.
Remember the lady from, God, what was the one where they found, no, it was a bone at Red Robin and she chipped her tooth.
Yeah.
And
But here's the thing, Alicia. One thing is for sure, and people have tried, but doesn't make it. You can't sue or get money for what coulda, shoulda, woulda, shoulda, or some stuff like that. Coulda happened. You know, they should
have done something different. It would have done this. It could have done this. Anyway, we have a comment on that, but we'll have to wait till after the break. I'm Tom Martino. We'll take all of your calls at 303-713-TALK. Plus, we have Bonnie Shields from Bonnie Shields Law with us.
Across from my Peoria store in Montbello, we had bucket scoop, man. You could go over there and everything was $1 for a scoop.
I know.
I worked there. I worked at Goodyear 4 years. I mean, like me being the store manager, like fucking lived there. Absolutely went there one time. It was the most disgusting food I ever had. Never went back in 4 years.
Well, why would you go to Bucket Scoop?
Okay,
That's
you guys,
exactly
listen, it is
dope.
crazy what I hear in there. You ready for this one? Have you ever heard of a lunar? A lunar is someone who gets off on balloons popping. It's a fetish.
Never heard of it.
It says it is for real as real.
So where are you getting this back there?
In that room, they talk about all kinds
They're
of
just
stuff
out
in there.
back.
And then you know what I started thinking? You remember I got annoyed at you this morning for resetting my password without giving me a chance to look for my password for my
You
Gmail?
reset it.
I was going to put that on the Am I the Asshole Reddit thread. You know, have you ever seen that thread on Reddit? Am I the asshole? Oh, it's great. You should look at it.
I can answer
Like,
that.
am I the
Yes.
asshole for being annoyed at my husband for resetting my password before I can even get a chance to look for my password?
He's the asshole.
Actually, I'm going to start my own thread. Is she the asshole?
You'll never win. If you're married, you're the asshole. It's not even a question.
It's definitely not a question. It's just the state of affairs.
Adults 65 and older should get the booster. Or if you have.
Well, Biden wanted everybody to get it. He really isn't that smart. You would think he would talk to people.
Did they say what the effectiveness is of the booster, though?
No, they don't know.
The Google on video platform will ban.
I've said this a million times, but people don't get it. As your antibodies start whittling away, your T cells remember how to make them. So when the virus is reintroduced, boom, you have antibodies again. So it's so ridiculous.
Is it true? Of course.
That's with
I'm not a
everybody.
doctor. I'm not going to listen to him. What? He's not a doctor. I'm not going to listen to him.
But I play one on the radio.
So it's even if the... Yeah, that's why a lot of with measles, mumps...
You know, Nancy Pelosi looks dead.
Got 50 years later.
She looks like a dead person.
You know what always... how often does your entire body do? How long does it take to shed every shed? In other words,
I don't remember.
I think it's like 4 years. Like literally every 4 years, there's not one living cell in you that was there 4 years ago. You're like completely new in 4 years, which is what I don't understand, Doc, is how does your brain remember anything faster?
I don't think that it doesn't apply to neurons. Neurons don't replicate in your brain. That assumes that you have neurons in your brain, which is a big step.
Have any left?
That's a big step around here.
If you have any left.
When people smoke dope, what does the dope do? Does it kill neurons? Why do people get high? What is the actual
Well, because
reason?
there are neurotransmitters like dopamine, which give you a sensation of being high. There are neurotransmitters that make you sleepy.
So what's the dope do? The neurotransmitter slows it down?
No, it encourages your body to produce them.
Oh, okay. So you're stimulated, basically.
Yeah, right.
So it doesn't really kill brain cells.
No.
Well, why do people always say it kills brain cells?
They don't know what they're talking
Is there drugs that do kill brain cells?
It sounds like Ant's going to Mandy Connell's, and we'll have Shannon starting next week.
Oh, that'd be good.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, we'll have one person 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't care if it was Aunt Shannon.
Right.
It'd be nice
My
having one
husband
board.
wants to know how the marijuana's going to affect him. Asking a lot of questions.
I've been thinking about going to the pot store.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think I could get in trouble.
I don't know how that works.
If I,
You mean from the bar?
yeah, because it's not okay for me to smoke pot.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I assure you, we know attorneys that do. I'd never say who, but
Yeah. No,
probably a lot more. I mean, who would ever drug test you, though?
I'm certain of that.
But who would drug test you?
Oh. I don't know. I get.
And for what reason? They're not going to give you a pop marijuana
We got a
test.
DUI based on substance or something, like being high while driving.
Oh, that might make
I
sense.
don't know. I'm just saying that I know that.
It's a no.
It's a no.
So we had a friend. His name's Nate. He's a really good guy. So he flew for, I think, United. He flew for one of the big ones. He's a pretty young guy, 20-something, under 30, but mid-20s. So he says he didn't know there was marijuana in him, but he ate some gummy bears. And he got a pop drug test. And long story short, boom, pilot's license gone. I mean, gone, okay? So he fought it tooth and nail. You know, about a year later, he convinced the FAA or whoever it is to give him his license back. And then he went, the only job he could get after he got it back was to fly in Alaska, these little bush cruises. So he did that for a while, then he just got rehired to a big airline.
Who's that?
Nate. Remember that shit? I still always wondered
How
if
do
he
you
was
not know you're
He's a great guy. Well, that's what Tom and I said. What's that?
You always have gummy bears around your
If
house.
there's gummy bears these days, you just assume there's dope in them, right? Like, who the hell's got... Well, he lived with 2 roommates.
I can see it. I can see Nathan.
Oh, he would have never... I don't
He
think
never
he would have
gets
done
high.
anything to risk
He
that
never,
license.
ever gets high. Ever. I mean, I'm
If
with
I was
him
going
in
to get
social
high, I'd probably go for the
settings.
gummies. That sounds kind of good.
Yeah,
Well,
over smoking.
Hey, listen, real quick. Then we need to do the me file my lawsuit on Uber tomorrow if we're not going to go
who?
Fridays.
We'll figure it
He's
out.
having me sue Uber. They charge me too much for my scooter ride.
Don't laugh. I'm not fucking kidding.
How much more?
So listen, we both get on at the same time, same place.
Both get off at the same
Same time, same place. Her app blows the fuck up. When you're done with the scooter, you take a picture of it. She goes to take the picture, the app fucks up.
Yeah.
We don't think anything of it.
Can't
So
see it on my history,
I take a
nothing.
picture of both of them sitting next together, and then because her app blew up, I took a picture of her actual serial number or barcode. So then we go to the concert next morning.
Email. My
Mine-
Uber ride's $27.
Hers is $27.
His is
Mine's $9.
You use those scooters?
Yeah. So
Tommy,
listen.
he had me on the back of his riding around downtown
That was
last week.
But listen. Hers is 3 times
You
the
guys
amount.
got called out on social media, didn't you, for that?
So you go to help
Well,
in
because
Uber.
I brought it up.
What happens if I'm overcharged? It says if you're overcharged on a bicycle or a scooter, go to your app, go to your past trips, switch it to scooters and bikes. On my app, it works perfect. On her app, which is her own account that we got charged on, there is no scooter, or I have no idea. I think it's when the app blew up. So they charged us, but the only way you can say, hey, you were charged us, is by through the app going to there, which isn't on her app. There's no phone number, there's nothing. So I sued them for $400. Oh my God! I gotta even think about Uber for an hour. I mean, I gotta drive down to Denver and file. I will show. It's just a.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We left off with Alicia, by the way, who talking about food, Chinese food, and finding something in it. By the way, you really need to know about insurance checkups because they can save your bacon. I'm doing another one this time. I save every single time I do one where I take everything I have with insurance and shop it. And I shop it now every 2 years, not just once, not just 3 years. I do it every 2 years. It's free from Compass Insurance Group. You can call them 303-996-9000. It's an independent, objective look. If you have a great deal, they'll tell you. So that's 303-996-9000. So Alicia was eating Chinese food. She sees 2 things in there, pinkish things. She looks at it. Ibuprofen, 2 tablets, as plain as day, 2 pills with the markings on them. Manager doesn't know what to do. Sorry, that could have happened on the line, blah, blah, blah. We'll give you free food or refund that one, give you a coupon, whatever. They did none of that. She's upset about it. Mike's got a comment on that. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Tom, since it's lunchtime, I want to make everybody sick and throw up. I'll give you 3 examples. But first, I wanted to say you used to do restaurant reviews, and
right.
You kind of came to the conclusion that Chinese restaurants were the.
You know, I don't know why, but when I was doing restaurant reports on Channel 4, they were called Food for Thought. I was the first one to do it. Then, of course, like everything, people copied it. But it was where I went and got the actual reports from the inspections, and I highlighted the critical items that came up for each restaurant. And then I got a comment from the restaurant. And when I was doing that, and I didn't do this intentionally, every single time I went to the health departments, I went to Tri-County, I went to Denver, and then there was another one that wasn't, maybe at Jeffco, but there were 3 separate health departments. And because Tri-County was Douglas, Arapahoe, and Adams. So that's Tri-County.
Used to be.
Yeah. And then Jeffco and Denver. So what happened, what Mike is talking about, and man, you got a good memory, Mike. You Food for Thought on Channel 4 when I did it. If I had a group, and this is every single month, if I had a group of 20 bad restaurants, 17 of them would be Chinese restaurants.
I bet.
Why?
Different rules.
They have different. That's the health department has the same rules.
I understand that.
Different culture, I think.
Yeah.
They thought nothing of hanging a chicken out all day.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Or meat.
To them.
And they did not have the same washing practices. They did not have any of the same practices we do. And, oh, my God, it was terrible. And people would call me, and the Chinese community would get upset with me. Why are we doing this? And I said, I'm picking restaurants at random. And then my boss told me, pick the worst critical, the ones with the most critical items. That's what we picked. And they were mostly always Chinese. So, I don't know. I thought maybe things have changed over the years. I wonder if I would still find that. You know, I stopped doing Food for Thought. I think I did it a little when I went to Fox. But one of the reasons I stopped doing it is the information became widely available online. I think you can pull the actual report for each restaurant online.
Yes.
You can actually pull
Yes, but no one goes through that.
I wonder if we should still do it.
You know, I'll tell you the one that got an F rating recently, or I don't know, it might have been right before COVID, was the View House off of I-25 down here. I mean, that looks like a nice place, and it got an F rating for some reason. But who would have known that? That's one of the reasons I've never gone there.
There were all kinds of reasons that...
In California, I think they actually put their grade in the window. It's part of their deal.
Yeah.
I like that.
Alicia,
Yeah.
so what are you going to do right now?
Honestly, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know.
I say take what you can get from corporate. There's not much you can do. It's not... You didn't really suffer any damage.
I'd take them to small claims court for $500.
Why?
Because they're going to pay it.
Yeah, you think they would?
Of course they will.
What would be the
Yeah.
damages? How would you amount the $500 in damages?
I wouldn't even, I'd put down $500. I'd put down breach of contract because, you know, she ordered something and they gave her something else.
And she paid for it.
And she paid for it. And I wouldn't go any further than that. Then the restaurant will reach out to you, and I'd stick to my guns on the $500.
Oh, he's saying you wouldn't
They're
have
not going to want the judgment, even if the judgment's for $9.95 or however much your egg rolls were. The bottom line is they're not going to want that judgment sitting out there.
That doesn't make it okay, Mark. I disagree.
Yeah. I would be so upset if there was something like that in my food.
Well, here's what we're saying. Mark is saying basically punish them.
Punish the hell out of them.
Punish them, and since you don't have damages, if you sue for $500, it's a small enough amount. They're not going to go to court and make you prove it.
I know what
they're
Bonnie's
just gonna
saying, but
they're
I'm
just going to
still-
settle.
I'm doing it to punish them.
Why not 1,000?
Why? I mean,
Mark,
think
why
of-
not 1,000?
I think 500's a fair number.
You're
in my own
you're
head.
saying because you know they'll pay
It's
it.
going to take, well, I know they're going to pay it. Plus, it's going to take, Bonnie, it's going to take her a 3 or 4 hours just to deal with this,
Well,
to
if she
fill
doesn't
out
file
the
a lawsuit,
paperwork.
it won't take her 3 or 4 hours, will it? So she's given herself work to do so she can ask to be paid for that work? It's wrong.
No,
Ethically,
no,
it's
no.
wrong.
I don't think
got
it's
a
wrong. But
problem with
Mark,
that.
that's what they call a frivolous suit. Honest to God, that's what they call a frivolous suit. When you know you have a claim you can't prove, and you do it just to get a settlement.
Well, I think she can prove the claim.
No, she can't. She can prove the claim. She can't prove the damage.
There's no damages.
I don't know.
Okay, so Alicia, you heard our different opinions. Do what you want to do there.
What does she think after hearing both sides here? I'd like to know what she thinks.
Well,
is she gone?
Yeah, I want to move on to this one because I'm still baffled by it. Sandy, you were on yesterday with this rentals. We don't have anything new to tell you other than, though we do want to go after these people, but I want to recap your scam. Sandy was renting to a couple, and they stopped paying rent when it became fashionable during COVID to stop paying rent because you couldn't get evicted. But instead of just staying in the apartment, not paying rent, what they did is they rented it out. They rented it out, and they pretended to be the landlord and collected the money, like 15 grand. So the latest, do you have anything new on this, Sandy? We put out their name and all of that. Do you have anything new?
Yes, I went to the police department. In fact, I'm sitting in their parking lot waiting to talk to you. And I spent an hour and a half last night talking to different police stations, and they kept giving me different phone numbers. And make a long story short, I came down to District 3, talked to somebody from District 3, And they told me, I can't help you. You need to go to the FBI.
What? They can't help you? What? Why can't they help you?
They are not going to help me. They say this is a government thing. The government needs to go after them.
No, it's not a government thing. It's fraud. It's fraud.
No,
when I said this yesterday, you thought I was crazy. When I said they're not going to do anything. Denver doesn't do jack. You know that.
Sandy, Denver Police Department, you want to file a charge against a woman who collected rent on your property for 10 months, claiming she's the owner, and they don't see that this is an economic crime?
Nope. I'm sitting out in the parking lot right now. I sat in there for 15 minutes, Tom, you know me. And I didn't argue with them. I didn't want to get in trouble. But
Wait, but they don't see a crime. They don't see a crime.
No.
We need to get a PIO on to talk about this then.
No, you know what, Suze? We need to get a public information officer from Denver Police Department on. I'd like them to explain why this is not a crime that they would arrest for and charge somebody with.
And what the hell's it got to do with Uncle Sam or whatever they told her?
They told me that I can go ahead and sue her. And I'm going, sue her? We don't even know where she is, and it's not even the money. Don't get me wrong, Tom. I'd like to get
It's
the money
not.
back,
It is a civil matter, but it's also a criminal matter. Criminal impersonation. Criminal impersonation. I mean, I do believe the FBI should know about it, too, because that is an FBI issue. However, there's another way, maybe going directly to the district attorney.
Well, I just need to do whatever you tell me, and I will do it.
We need to probably contact the district attorney's office and see. They have I believe the DA has some kind of a unit for that. Let's see about it.
She's getting away scot-free. Nobody's going to go after her.
It's crazy.
We're not going to go after her.
Isn't that great? Isn't that great?
I don't know where she is.
No, and it's the kind, if you sue her, well, first of all, it's not going to be small claims court because she owes you so much. But then just to track her down to serve her is going to be hard. Then if you do get a judgment, oh, my God, she probably doesn't even have, like, a real job. No, actually, you said yesterday she did.
She's training in folks in a store in Denver. It's a little clothing chain. I've never heard of it, but
you know what? Maybe we call the clothing chain.
No, wait.
To track her down.
I want to also call the district attorney's office. I do. And I want to see if they have a place to report this kind of crime, because this is wrong. This is fraud. Yeah.
I agree.
Because
whatever you guys tell me to do, I'll do next.
Suze, they have public relations officers, both the Denver district attorney.
I have to email. That's how I email and then wait for them to email me back.
Sandy, do not lose hope, okay? Make sure, Sandy, will you make sure that... Hold on, I probably still do have your phone number.
I have all her contact info.
Okay, we have your contact. We are going to be in touch with you on this, okay? This really sucks. It really does. Wow, 303-713-8255. Denver Police Department will do nothing with a known crime.
Hey, let me talk about Blue Sky.
I think getting the PIO at the district attorney's office is the right way to go.
The more that I am aware of how much it is helping.
So, Bonnie, what would you do?
I told you about the balm I've used. That shoulder.
You find those in your food, then you bring them back to the restaurant. The restaurant acts like it's nothing. They don't contact you. They don't do anything. How else do you get their attention?
But now what I'd really like.
Or do you just forget it?
You move on.
Maybe.
Move on. I suspect that they know about it. They're gonna. It's gonna go around the shop. Whoever did it's probably gonna know.
Well, you would think that already happened just from talking to the kid up front.
Suing them's not gonna do anything. I think the restaurants are hurting enough.
You get 30% off your
And
first
even if
order
that were the
using
case.
promo code KHOW, K-H-O-W.
Life's too short to spend time on seeking $500 just because you can.
30% off your first
Look at that
order
video the guy
using
said.
promo code KHOW is Blue Sky CBD.
You know what? They just didn't do the grading great, but I don't see this.
Let's talk about pain. Colorado Pain Care. Honest to God, I got an appointment with them 8 o'clock in the morning. Colorado Pain Care Support and
Spine. This pain is probably a short-lived sports injury, from stretching. But bottom line is this: whether it's chronic, like I had before, it's an injury, whatever it is. If you're in pain, they can get you over the hump. They can do long-range treatment, short-range treatment, whatever you need. They have mildly invasive things. They have other things that are more invasive. Whatever you need. They customize treatment and physical therapy. Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine. 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN is the number to get immediate attention. All right. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. I've been saying that for years because they are ideal when it comes to getting your loan. Here's the bottom line. They have the interest rate guarantee. That's probably one of the best features. So if rates go down, they refinance you free of all lender fees. And then they have the pick your own term loan. Pick whatever term you want. If you're looking for a loan, call Ideal. You can get started on the phone. You can get started at home, no contact at all if you prefer, and they can get it done. If you do the pre-approval, it's like a cash deal. It's fully approved and funded. They just have to find, you just have to find the house that appraises, and you get the money. It's like a cash deal. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000.
Did you get the tickets?
I'm having to use a different email. It's rejecting me.
You have no idea
It's
why.
not the credit card. I used a different card. It's not the card. So I'm going under my other email.
Where's
address,
the, I don't have it.
Buying separate tickets.
You know, it's weird. I went up to Monarch the other day, Mark. I left my money at home. So I'm up there, no cash, right?
You got an ATM?
So I went to an ATM with one of my credit cards. When I take out money, that there was insufficient funds. This credit card I've been using, I have a credit line of $30,000.
You might not have the cash advance set up.
So I used another credit card, and it was fine. I couldn't believe the main credit card I used.
Why?
Said it was insufficient.
You want to make sure you, I've learned this for this, the exact reason you're talking about. The second it shows on your credit card online, pay it in full. Because it carries a different interest rate and different rules. They look at it as a cash advance. So you want to pay it off immediately.
Pay what off immediately?
A cash advance on the credit card. Then you don't get charged interest. But you got to pay it off immediately.
Pay it off when I get my bill, right?
No. If you can pay it off before, pay it off.
Pay it off. Just call them up and pay it off now? Oh, okay.
Because it does not work as a normal charge. You will get charged interest on it from day one.
New school, new job.
Thanks for telling me that.
Yep, I learned the hard way.
I couldn't believe that the one credit card I used mainly with a $30,000 line of credit wouldn't let me take out $500. It's crazy.
Did it give you the check and then you sign over the check?
No.
Or you did it just ATM?
No, I went to the ATM.
No, I mean, how'd you do it on the credit card though?
Just cash advance.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting. They give you a slip. And you got to go upstairs to the cashier. The cashier gives you the cash. The ATM machine does it.
Call your credit card company up today and pay.
I will do that. Thank you.
Follow Get to America, where you get your podcast.
Because that's the first time since I've been in Denver I've used an ATM machine. In 40 years.
Going to a hydration clinic. Same-day appointments. Call or text 720-87-2155.
This is Clay Travis here
There's
for what's
such a thing
trending
as a
from the
hydration
iHeart
clinic. You
Sports
go and
Network.
they put vitamins in experts in.
No, IV.
Vitamins, painkillers.
Vitamins.
Talib had one.
I did it last month.
Really?
Yeah.
He's wanting to do it again. He's got back pain.
So you have to have a doctor's note or something like that, right?
No.
They're not giving you anything prescription-wise?
Nope.
It's holistic?
No, it's like ibuprofen.
It's Toradol. It's the Toradol, pretty strong intravenously. Magnesium relaxes muscles. All kinds of
What's
stuff.
in the NAD? Or the Myers? What's in the Myers cocktail?
No. In Myers is vitamin B, vitamin E, vitamin C, vitamin A.
So the NAD
It's a
is
cocktail,
right?
NAD is its own bag.
Right.
Breaking news, weather, sports, and more from our community. That's KHOW.com.
I'll tell you where you see those set up all the places in Vegas.
Oh, really?
While you're in the desert, I guess it kind of does.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You know, I met some young people out of high school. They're now, I think, in their early 20s that started a window washing company called Premier. I had them come out to my house. They did a great job, and they have a great value. I mean, it was cheap. I thought it would be more. In fact, I thought they should charge more. They do such a great job. Premier Window Cleaning Services and Pressure Washing. Oh, my God, if you're looking to clean up your house, this is the place. Premier Window Cleaning Services. If you're looking, I'm going to give you the number. Here's what I want to tell you. You will leave your windows open. You will leave your shades open because it's part of the decor of your home when you have clean, beautiful, crystal clear windows. They do commercial and they do residential. And coming up, you know, in this season, they do the holiday light installations as well. All of that. 303-564-5574. 303-564-5574. 564-5574. Premier Window Cleaning Denver.org. Premier Window Cleaning Denver.org. I love these guys. That's why I'm promoting them. Really good kids. Okay, now, let's talk about what's on your mind. All right? Now, Kevin's got an issue with a hospital bill. Go ahead, Kevin. What's going on with your hospital bill?
Well, a couple months back, I had to go to the emergency room just for a kind of a precautionary reason.
Yeah.
And I received an itemized bill. I guess it's kind of itemized. And in that itemized, one of the classifications was emergency room general classification, and that was for the amount of $4,329.75.
That's the office call, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, it is. It was,
what? How did they describe it?
Emergency room general classification.
Right.
That's probably like, is it trauma level 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, but it's his office call. So it was. And what was the whole bill?
So a little over $6,000.
Yeah, I just want to say something to everyone. Don't ever go to an ER and believe that the bill will be logical for the amount of time you spent or the amount of care you've gotten. Go ahead, keep going.
100%. So I was curious about the general classification, so I called billing, and I was like, can you please tell me what this actual bill is? Is it just walking through the front door? I mean, if it is, why don't you?
It is.
Be $4,300. So they said that it was actually only $2,000, a little over $2,000 for the general classification, but they put a couple medications inside an IV that I got. The two, and they didn't have this in itemized, they just put it in the general classification. One of them was called Zofran, and one of them was a prophylactic. And I looked those up online, and they cost combined about $25. But they charged me $722.
Yeah, that's right. And if you got an aspirin, it would have been $200. That's right. That's exactly right. See, Kevin, first of all, they're supposed to have prices posted. That's what we're told. No hospitals are complying. But there's a law that says that, but there's no punishment. Second of all, what would you have done if you went in and saw prices? Would you have left?
Probably, because it was just a precautionary thing.
Why were you going in?
I was feeling a little nauseous, and I threw up one time, and it was black.
Ew.
So,
looks like blood. When that happens, it's kind of, yeah. So listen, what do you mean they put in your IV? They put in what did they put in?
They put in a medication called Zofran and a prophylactic.
Now, Zofran
is an antiemetic.
It's for anti-nausea.
Right, it's anti-nausea drug.
But what's the other one? What's a prophylactic? What are you talking about?
It's a condom.
No. What drug was it?
Sorry, it's PROPHYLACTIC.
Prophylactic.
A prophylactic?
That's what the billing department gave me. Zofran and prophylactic inside the IV.
Prophylactic? What does that even mean? A prophylactic. It's something. A prophylactic. Okay. I know we've all known prophylactics as condoms or rubbers or things like that, right? The actual definition that I'm looking at here
is to prevent something.
That's exactly right. That's the actual definition, is to prevent disease. So They put something in there to prevent disease.
And charged them $700 for it.
Yeah.
That could have been
So
water.
what is it that they gave him to prevent disease? Antibiotic?
That's great.
No, what could it be? I'll bet you the damn hydration itself or some vitamin they could have said was a prophylactic.
Unless that was just the bag of solution itself.
Is the prophylactic.
Is the prophylactic, just the hydration, the fact that they're giving him fluids.
Right, that's what I just said. It could be.
Right.
You know, it's completely highway robbery. I don't even know what to say about hospitals anymore. They can do whatever they want. They're
That's
like
right.
the mafia.
That's right.
But
no one cares.
Kevin, how is this affecting you?
Did your insurance cover all this?
That's what I'm asking him. How did it affect you, Kevin?
My insurance covered a chunk of it. I owe about $2,000.
Oh, my God.
What kind of plan do you have?
Doc, back in the day, like when I don't even have to put it, you're used to regular insurance. Suzanne and I spend $1,500 a month for a premium, and then we pay the first $7,000 per person out of pocket. It's the damnedest thing these days.
Oh, it's the worst coverage in the world.
Don't disagree with you
It's the worst coverage in the world. Kevin, what were you hoping we could say or do?
I'm just curious if anybody's ever. I mean,
here's what I want.
Yours is one of the lower ones.
Kevin, do me a favor. Promise you'll call me back if you do this. I swear to God, I want you to call the patient's advocate at the hospital. All right? If they don't have one.
They have one.
Okay, they have a patient's advocate at the hospital.
Littleton Hospital will have a patient advocate.
What you do is you call them and say this. Now, listen carefully, Kevin. You were vomiting. You went to the ER as a precautionary measure. And they did not have prices posted as required by law.
Okay.
And as a result, now you're paying $2,000 out of pocket.
You know, that's very curious.
I want and to find out the law. There is a law, I swear to God.
Yeah, there is.
So you got to find the law. You might want to cite it, or you just say
passed by Congress.
By law, you were supposed to post pricing. It wasn't posted. Therefore, I'm asking you to waive this $2,000.
I almost wonder if he did pay it. The last thing you want to do is screw up your credit if that's important to you. And a hospital will do it faster than anybody. So maybe you pay it. Do what Tom said, but then if they're not going to do anything, then you pay it. Then I think that would be a very interesting small claims based upon exactly what Tom said, because they didn't follow the law. You're going to have to take some pictures of their waiting room to make sure that the prices aren't there, but that's kind of crazy. The one price they should definitely have up is the walk-in-the-door price. I mean, come on.
Because, Kevin, you're going to ask them to waive that or reduce it. I'm anxious to hear what they say. Would you let us know?
I'm happy to report.
Good. Do that for us then. Please, just do it for us.
And it has nothing to do with
Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon.
malpractice or anything.
No,
It's
no,
purely
it's
a billing issue.
Right.
Now, impact traffic from the DuckDuckGo Traffic Center.
This report.
Did you want to do KOA that following week? Are we doing anything or no?
From 6th Avenue up through to Spear, not hearing a
Probably be
problem there,
snowing.
Which is some extra heavy traffic. Overall, the metro area.
And I'm sure that the IV was $700 for the bag and $700 for the Zofran.
Canyon Road, Highway 72. The northbound lanes are closed. They're alternating traffic through there, so that is going to be a delayed area.
Hey, Tom, before I forget, you have a PI you use to track people down?
Yeah. Slightly cooler for tomorrow.
Can you give me his contact info when you remember?
Yeah. Which is Saturday.
Oh, I'll get it from Susie then.
With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 K-How.
Try great tasting Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
10 seconds to your spot.
And nutrients to support immune health. Those who tried Ensure Max Protein reported feeling more energy in just 2 weeks. For more information, including consumer survey details, please visit Ensure.com.
Mark, it still won't let me.
Sheridan Auto Tech is Kevin Calkin. And you can reach Kevin at SheridanAutotech.com. A great guy, SheridanAutotech.com. Also a great guy, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com for free market valuations of your home. Listen, if you're looking to buy or sell real estate, you will never find anyone better. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, he'll help you. And he's doing free market valuations of your home. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Take it like it is.
You want me to try to get them for you, Bonnie?
You know what? I'm gonna call JD and get his credit card number, and use his name, because at least they're the same last name. I'm worried about them being transferred over, because there's no hard tickets. It's just on here, so if I had him use his card in his name.
Who's it through? What company? Is it through the theater itself?
Tella.
Or is it like AXS? Or
Yeah, it's Tella, what's its name?
Ticketmaster?
Telecharge.
I don't know that one. I know like AXS, they're easy to transfer, but I don't know the other ones.
Simply call us for a free in-home estimate, and you'll see how your unique kitchen and bath fantasies will become your reality. Come on, folks, get her done. Once and for all.
Get her done. You can do it right here. It's done right.
303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
You're out early tomorrow, correct, Thomas? Yes. Okay.
Few things make people happier than smart home.
Tom, I'm leaving a little 4-1 today. I have a 1:30 client. I gotta go get ready for it.
To turn on music in any room in your home, or dim the lights, or adjust the thermostat or lower the shades. Again, all with one easy app from one device. But very few builders truly have smart home expertise. That's why builders and remodelers should get in touch with my friends at Electronic Integration. By partnering with Electronic Integration, you can offer your clients an upgraded product, a more comfortable, secure, and enjoyable home, while boosting your own revenue potential. It's a win-win-win, and when you as a contractor partner with Electronic Integration,
Then when it tells me it didn't go through, it gives you a phone number to call, and the phone number's disconnected.
Oh my goodness.
To support their products, their services, and you, their partner. Please get in touch today at eiexperts.com. That's
Have you bought tickets through that party before?
Yeah, it means telecharge.
I didn't know that's a big one. I just didn't know.
Yeah. It's not, I'm not buying from like a scalper directly.
Take I-25 to exit 235.
He's obsessed with
and
that
5
song.
miles west to the tree farm.
All of us are.
He has the word on though.
Who?
JD. He sings part of it.
So if you ever go there, you'll get lost. He'll be humming it.
He's got the directions.
I-70 north.
Yeah, he misses the turn.
You don't get that. Is literally how I find my way to that damn place.
Huh?
By singing the song.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
With the best warranties in the business. Don't wait. If your system is more than 10 years old, fret no more. And
Fret no more. Now you do not hear that every
turn
day.
to the experts you trust. Just a few bucks a day.
Do not fret.
Plumlineservices.com. Get your free estimate. Plumlineservices.com. So many people have told me about Orchard, and wonder, it's the new way to sell.
You take I-25 to exit 235 and 5 miles west to the tree farm. So the guy that did our new intro for the show did that jingle.
Oh really?
Didn't he? Like 100 years ago or whatever?
Yeah, at least before '89.
Long time ago. You would have missed out on that extra money. But with Orchard, you got more cash at closing. Rudy's story isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than their cash offer. Getting started is easy. You go online and enter your address at orchard.com. Takes just a couple minutes and lets you skip homeless.
Boy, it could be cold up there, but I don't care.
Or just curious what Orchard
I got heated floors.
Get a no cost, no obligation.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Orchard.com.
Isn't that crazy?
That's Orchard.com.
In 2011, 3 siblings went on an 8-day, 15-state AK-47 wheeling crime spree. Introducing the Documented Podcast. This is the true story of one family's cross-country criminal rampage. Police say the trio have a stockpile of weapons.
I listened to that.
Listen to the Doherty.
I'm sure it's on the iHeart one too, but I listen on Spotify.
Brought to you by Duck.com. Protect your privacy online.
I am so addicted to this show, man.
Denver's talk station.
I can't even think of the name crime junkies. Oh, God.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Bill, you have a comment on something, on doctor stuff. Go ahead. I don't know what you're commenting on. Bill, go ahead.
Okay, I'll just getting your opinion.
Yeah.
In February, when the whole country was under lockdown, the doctor pulled this crap, with the prescription stuff, once a year stuff. So I did a virtual. Okay, well, the clinic I go through to...
It's called telemedicine. What happened?
Well, my insurance wouldn't pay it because...
Oh, really? Because it wasn't in person?
No, because the clinic, it's St. Anthony Senior Health Care.
Yeah, so why wouldn't they pay? Get right to that point there.
Because it went through the hospital's portal.
Oh.
And the insurance...
Oh, it wasn't considered a doctor's appointment, but a hospital visit.
Well, it's not that. They won't pay for a virtual to a hospital.
But they will pay. They would pay for. They would pay for a virtual.
Right, because I've done virtuals before. But since they went through the hospital's portal, and I contested it, and I'm waiting for and I just called up yesterday, and they refused it. So I'm stuck with $29. Bunch of baloney, isn't it?
Wow, that's weird.
Right. I can't believe it. That's not like the city was just under lockdown. The whole world was under lockdown. I mean, it's just...
Okay. Well, you can contest that,
I did it, and supposedly the letters in the mail, they turned it down. See, now, if they would have billed it, from what they told me, and I told the clinic to bill it under the doctor's name, they would have paid it. So I don't know what happened. It's just, so I'm stuck with $30 that I got to pay.
Oh, well, I never knew that. If it goes through the hospital portal, even though it's with your doctor, they consider it like a hospital visit or something. Very weird. Now, Ryan, what's going on with you, Ryan?
Yes, sir. Thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Try to get this point real quick. So there's an old abandoned building next to my business. Over the years, and they're really close, over the years, rain and snow and whatnot, has collapsed the hole into his basement, or into the abandoned building basement. It's now starting to erode and impede on some of my footer of my garage.
Why is that? Is it that close?
Yes, it's very close. It's a old town, and
okay,
they were really close. And
so you're saying the water runoff is doing this?
Oh, most definitely. And yeah, and it's been for years, okay? So,
how would they be able to prevent that?
Well, they'd have to fill in the basement hole on his side. I mean,
you mean, how long has that hole been there?
A long time, because the person on the warranty deed has died in 2000, okay? The taxes have been paid by a different person named Bob. And I've talked to him, and he was thinking in his head that this whole time that it was kind of willed to him or whatever. I don't know what he was thought. But anyway, he is not on the warranty deed. We figured that out. I knew that. And but he's willing to sell the property because he's the one that's been paying the taxes for the last 20 years.
Well, if he's paying the taxes, he can buy. If he was actually buying the certificate, he gets the treasury's deed anyway. But if he was just paying the taxes for them, he gets nothing. It depends on how he was doing it. If he was doing it for the family because he thought he was going to get the house, that doesn't give him the right to the house. What gives you the right to the house is buying the tax certificate and paying the interest on it. So if he didn't do that, he's screwed.
Well, no, he never bought. He was taking care of it when she died. I mean, it was the taxes. When they send out the tax bill, it says her name, care of Bob. But when you go to the state and they look up who's actually on the title, he is not on the warranty title. It's just her. So her name is still on the warranty deed filed with the state. The problem is now he can't legally sell the property.
He can't even legally own the property. The property's not his.
Right. So my problem is now that this erosion is happening and it's starting to impede my side, What do we have to do? I was trying to find.
How long has this person been dead?
Since the year 2000.
Wait a minute. No one ever filed probate in 20 years.
The state has no record of probate estate proceedings that I'm aware of. I've asked. Like,
all right, listen, we need Blake Harris. This is a complicated situation.
Here's another thing. Here's another thing, Tom, is I know this is a Colorado station, but I'm in Wyoming, so it might be different laws there. But I just wanted kind of a direction.
We'll get you an idea. We'll get you an idea. Hold on. Wow. That's crazy. Ellen, what's on your mind, Ellen?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
My wife and I bought a 2012 Jeep Sahara, October 1st, 2020, along with a 5-year, 60,000-mile warranty for $4,200.
Oh, wait. That's what you paid for the warranty?
Yes.
And it's a 5-year, how many mile?
60,000.
Oh, okay. 60, okay. And that's an expensive warranty. And it was on the new vehicle. And you said you bought that new vehicle. What did you buy?
It was a 2012, actually. It wasn't new. Jeep Sahara.
Oh, my God. For a 2012 vehicle, last year, that warranty is way overpriced.
Yeah, right. So here's our issue. On the 12th of this month, I had a major blowout on the freeway and near Longmont, and so we took it to Prestige Dodge, and they were looking at it for us and said that the radiator had a big hole in it. And so they gave us a breakdown of the parts and labor, and it was almost a $5,000 bill. So they put in the claim, but they sent out a
How did the hole in the radiator get there?
We don't know yet. They said they cannot find out until they put a new radiator in. And
who told you this? What dealer was this?
Prestige. This was Prestige Dodge.
And they sold it and did the warranty work?
Okay, so the Skyline Mitsubishi is the people who we got the Jeep from originally.
Okay.
But then Prestige Dodge is where it landed with the whole
got it.
Okay, which is where it sits now. So anyway, so they said that it was denied because the paperwork on the warranty does not accurately describe our vehicle, meaning there's a box that needs to be checked saying that our Jeep is lifted, and that box was not checked. So because of that,
they owe you the money back on the warranty.
Listen, there is no way that Skyline can keep your money. No way they can keep your $4,200 if you were never covered to begin with.
Right, that's the problem. But here's the options they gave me today.
Who?
He said the general manager at Skyline.
Okay, what options?
Here's the first option. We can cancel your warranty and we'll give you back a prorated refund of the cost of the warranty. However, it will go directly to your bank loan versus into your pocket.
Well, let me ask you this. The $4,200 that you paid, was it added to your loan? Hold on, I got to take a break. We're going to help you through this.
The only problem is,
this is exactly what happened.
Actually, there's multiple problems here. You know what?
Tom, this is exactly what happened last week. And we got them to give a refund.
She has to give everything.
There's got to be some precedent set here. When someone sells you a vehicle along with a guarantee in the form of a warranty, and it's all fucking bullshit, it should be more than just refunding the $4,200. The proration is just a dumb, ridiculous thing that makes no sense. But beyond that, what the hell? I mean, shouldn't there be something else?
Mark, there's damages to go to court on this one. There's damages
just like my Uber scooter deal.
Well,
because she relied on the fact she had that
I don't think a
insurance.
hole in the radiator would be covered.
Well, why not?
Because it's not a maintenance. That doesn't happen with maintenance. That happens from a road hazard.
Yeah, but they can't even tell, which makes no sense. To rock through it, wouldn't they be able to see it?
Radiators don't rot a hole through it.
No. They usually crack at the seam.
Okay, so a hole in it doesn't.
All it is a phone call away. If you're in an accident and you're wondering, what is it worth? What do I get paid? Is it their fault? Is it my fault? Is it both? What should I do? Can I go to court? Can I file a case? Ask all those questions. And John Fuller will tell you the truth and give you free advice. If you hire him, there's still no cost because it's on contingency. He takes it out of what he collects for you. 303-597-4500. No obligation. Free legal advice. 303-597-4500. And look for John Fuller at referrallist.com.
Finally ready.
You know, I think there's a good chance Biden doesn't get either of these things through.
Tom, do you remember last week that the exact
he'd be a complete failure at this point without
somebody
that.
had a
Seriously,
a
he wouldn't
truck
get one thing on his agenda done.
and he voided the warranty, and we got them to refund the $5,000. It'd be the exact same thing.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are going, shit, I think we'd rather have had Trump. But that would be crazy if he doesn't even get the infrastructure done. He had bipartisan on that. It looks like he's trying to tie it to that $8 gazillion deal.
But Mark, let me ask you about this warranty.
Yes.
If she brings it in, there's a hole in the radiator, okay?
Yep.
They say, you know what? We checked, your warranty isn't valid because the truck was lifted. Okay? But the hole in the radiator maybe was caused by somebody who shot it with a .22 rifle.
It doesn't matter.
Right. So the point is, the radiator needs to be repaired, the warranty needs to be refunded. They're two separate issues. You tangentially.
If it was shot with the .22, they are.
No, but what I'm saying is,
if it was shot with the .22, but if the radiator just failed, because radiators fail in Colorado on 2012 vehicles, then there's way more damages, and I don't believe it is two separate issues. They sold them something that they fucking lied on.
Maybe something occurred in this major
so they'd be
blowout.
responsible for the repair.
I think they'd be responsible for all kinds of shit, honestly. If that would have been covered by the warranty, that's a big freaking problem.
Yeah, I agree.
I bet you too that warranty they bought. You want to hear this, Doc? It probably caps out around $4 or $5 grand.
I don't know.
So I mean that even gets stranger.
But this I was telling you exactly what happened last week. When someone paid, remember they paid $5 grand for warranty, and we got them the I got them the refund.
But offering to prorate the warranty back
crazy.
on something they can't use is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Griffin Ash says he's a level 3 Mopar certified and that those radiators are common for leaking at the tank seat.
Yeah, they all do. I doubt. Here's a picture that vehicle. It kind of looks like a. It doesn't look like a Wrangler, is what I'm trying to say. It's more of like an SUV thing. Think of getting something to punch a hole in there. I mean, it would have to be so crazy. It's crazy.
You would have to go through the front end first.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
It would be pretty. I don't know. I just doubt it's like a rock.
ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com.
Do we really want to know what Mystery Mike found in his food? It's a mystery. I don't even want to know what he says we found in his food.
I'm trying to think if I ever got anything strange in my food. No, I can't. Nothing sticks out there.
Me neither. I never have.
If there was there, I ate it. I'll tell you. I took one bite of that bucket scoop though. Wait, this was 10 years ago, man. I couldn't finish it, man. It was so disgusting.
What was it?
It's probably like orange chicken, sesame chicken. Just knowing what I'd order.
The problem with that sesame chicken, orange chicken, if it's breaded,
oh my God,
you can't tell what's in the middle of it.
It's pure carbs.
No, but you got to have stuff where you can actually see it.
Did you ever think when you eat Chinese, it ain't pork or chicken, but a fat Siamese? But the food tastes great, so you don't complain. But that ain't chicken in your chicken chow mein.
You learned that in junior high school?
Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh.
Instead of cats in the cradle, cats in the kettle.
Oh, that was Cat Stevens.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, Cats in the Cradle is Cat Stevens.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was Cat Stevens, no doubt. It was redone by numerous people like, oh man, I can't think of his name. Jim Croce did it.
Yeah, Croce did it.
But it's a Cat Stevens.
Yeah.
Talk station, 630 K Now.
Great song. I bet it's been redone.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, let's continue here. Ryan's got a real problem, okay? So there's been a house for 20 years. 20 years. Now, it's filled with water, the hole for the foundation. Somebody's been dead 20 years. And that water infiltration has ruined some of his house. Who does he go after? Probably nobody. Now, this is going to be a real problem. Now, you say that Blake Harris is coming on tomorrow then, right, Suzanne?
No, I said at 11. Or, I'm sorry, at 1. Sorry, 1, not 11.
At 1. Okay, so we're
I'm
gonna,
losing track of time here. I was calling at the top of the hour, Tom, for the interest of time.
Okay, we'll do that then. Good. That's great. Now, let's talk to Ellen again. Now, Ellen, you know, these people, I have to tell you, if you had a warranty and they told you had a warranty and you really didn't have a warranty, if that warranty was paid for cash, you get cash. If it was put on your loan, there's nothing wrong with them taking it off the loan balance because you are getting that money back. But it shouldn't be prorated at all because you were never covered for what the hell do they mean the cost of the warranty? I don't care if they say there was a cost to a warranty. You were never covered. So I'd want the whole $4,200. Now, are they offering the whole $4,200?
They are not.
How much are they offering? How much?
He said just under 3,000.
No, we're going to have Deputy Doc call them. You're going to get the whole $4,200, or we're going to go to small claims court and the dealer licensing board. Here's another thing I want to know. What was the other option?
That they could fix the warranty at no cost to us, but that we could only use it for future repairs, not the current one.
Right, because they can fix the warranty so it goes forward, but that current repair you eat. No way. No way.
And Tom, pardon me,
Hold on 1 sec. There's one way that fixing the warranty would work for me. You're not going to like it, but I'm going to tell you the truth. It's very possible that even if the warranty is in force, it would not have covered a hole in the radiator. I'm just saying, Ellen, a hole in the radiator is not wear and tear. If it is, it would cover it, but it sounds like a road hazard to me. You need to know why there was a hole in the radiator.
Right.
Well, why was there a hole in the radiator?
Yeah, we were wondering, does the metal go in or does it come out? We don't know.
Well, okay, listen carefully. Most likely, it would not have been covered anyway. Suze, what were you going to say?
She was concerned that the refund would go towards her loan.
Yeah, she said that.
Okay.
We addressed it. I think that's the same as getting the money, though. There's nothing we can do about that. So listen. You need to hang on. We want to see the third option, and then we want to call these clowns for you. Hang on. I'm Tom Martino. This is the
Troubleshooter Show. Man, those people got screwed.
Because they are ideal home loans. No,
I wouldn't take that warranty in any fucking flavor.
No, she needs to get a refund.
The fuck wants a $4,000 warranty on a 2012?
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that.
They also have a rate guarantee. If you refinance with them, and
I'm with you. We'll just get the refund, and she should be happy with that.
I can't believe they have the balls to fucking say a proration. I can't.
What they got to lose?
Yeah. I'm learning that folks will say anything.
Well, I'll tell you what they have to lose. Everybody just fucking heard it.
Well, yeah, now they, right.
You're already approved. They're just waiting for the appraisal, and in all cases, you can be closed or refinanced in 3 weeks or less. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. They're also on my referral list at referrallist.com.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHW Denver, an iHeartRadio station, available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
ABC News, I'm Stephanie Ramos. On Capitol Hill, the Senate Judiciary Committee is discussing the Texas abortion law, focusing on the Supreme Court's decision not to rule on an emergency injunction that would have stopped the law from taking effect. The law prohibits abortions roughly after 6 weeks of pregnancy and allows citizens to report and sue anyone who violates the law. Committee Ranking Member Chuck Grassley calls the ruling routine.
When you get a chance, you email me or text me the number of that PI you guys use as private investigator that tracks down people.
Declined to intervene.
The PI we use
Yeah,
to track.
Is it? Tom said
What do you need it for?
To track somebody down.
For a case or
No, personal.
Critics of the law
for
say
personal? Okay, give me the info and I'll ask him to run a report on it. It's an email thing, Ken. I'll do it for you if you want.
Oh, I just
He's
wanna-
not a PI.
Oh,
He's not.
Okay.
I can give you a number to a PI and you can talk to him, but I don't use a PI to do that.
oh, just.
So if you just give me the info of just the person's name
In Ohio Tuesday,
and birthday, and what kind of info
I
do you
just
need
just
on
wanna-
it?
consider a bill
Phone
to
number.
dismantle abortion rights
That's
in the
all.
state.
Okay.
Should the Supreme Court move to overturn Roe
I need his
v. Wade?
name and birthday.
Sarah Dobbs
I don't know the birthday.
organized the protest.
Okay. What
You know
state
what's
is
so
he
funny?
in?
When people think
I
of
don't think
Roe
I
v.
can get, he
Wade,
doesn't do that info.
what do you think
He only
it
does
is?
Colorado.
What do you think Roe v. Wade really says? The actual.
I can ask him though if he knows somebody who does California stuff. I'll email him and ask him.
A lot of people
Jerome
say,
doesn't do
a lot
California
of
stuff.
people think that basically it says
No.
women can have an abortion. Pretty much. I mean, really, all it says is, ready for this?
Lori Loughlin is returning to
The
Tennessee
state
after serving prison time
cannot
for her role in the college
decide
admission scandal. The actress
if a
will
woman
guest
can
star in
have
the
an
Hallmark
abortion or
channel
not.
series When
That's all it really says.
Ramos
And a lot of people think it's flawed because the Constitution makes it sound like that's really a state right, what happens in that state, and the federal government has nothing to do with it. So,
Feds are saying that the
but-
states do not have the right.
but if it's overturned, let's just say it was overturned, it doesn't mean like all of a sudden you can't get an abortion. All it means is it's up to each individual
Right.
state
Right.
what the rules are.
Right.
That's all it does. It's not like all of a sudden it's not going to change anything in what 45 out of the 50 states most likely.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you on that.
It sure wouldn't change anything here, California, Hawaii, New York, Pennsylvania, most likely.
Sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate
Boy, but it'll
It
rock
basically
up in the
says-
Bible Belt.
Oh, are you kidding?
I'm reading it. I'm reading it. It says that it's simply the government. There can't be excessive government restriction. It doesn't talk about state or federal. It says both state and federal. There cannot be excessive government restriction.
And that
It
was,
struck down many U.S. federal and state abortion laws, both, and prompted a national debate.
well,
So
basically,
it issued a decision ruling that due to the Constitution provides right of privacy
Hey,
that
were you
protects
playing at
pregnant
Street
women's
today?
rights to choose whether or not to get an
Oh, we're gonna go to
abortion.
Goodson?
Under rights of privacy, they have a right to get an abortion. And it says the court resolved this balancing test by tying state regulation of abortion to the 3 trimesters of pregnancy during the first, I don't know, whatever. Governments could not prohibit abortion at all, both state and federal, during the second trimester. Governments could require reasonable health regulations during the third trimester. Abortions could be prohibited, could be prohibited entirely, so long as the laws contained exceptions for cases
I'll email him right now
Like
for you.
rape and incest.
See if he knows someone who can do Cali.
The court classified the right to choose abortion as fundamental under the Constitution.
under the Fourth Amendment.
And legal, and some called. Then why would what they're saying here basically applies to fucking vaccinations? I don't give a fuck what you say. Whether they like it or not, it does.
That's kind of funny.
No, it's whether you like it or not. Because it's talking about the fundamental rights of your body.
Mm-hmm.
But the main
right of
thing,
privacy.
it would do if it was overturned, is it would allow each state to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do.
Well, it would allow the federal government to do it too. It's the same. I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously each state can do what they want if it was overturned. Just like every state can do what they want now for something that's not overturned.
That's right.
Anything.
That's right.
But Roe versus Wade was on both state and federal government. It was both. It says it's a fundamental right under the right of privacy. It's a fundamental right. But why wouldn't the vaccine be a fundamental right under the right of privacy? Doesn't Roe versus, I swear to God, I mean, it's really.
It should be the same.
Well, that would just be too fucking logical.
From our year-round fine-gauge merino wool to our super soft micro model.
I'd like to read. I wanted to read the actual text.
Oh my God, the decision. Holy
No. I wonder what it says.
Save 20% of your first order.
The decision's probably 40 pages, Tom.
Yeah, so what? I mean, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to.
Afternoons 2 to 4. It's Leland Conway.
There's a movie
A
out
right
on
to
it.
privacy, whether.
Raise your taxes if you make less than $400,000. But here comes the Democrats' carbon tax that will affect everybody. We'll talk about it at 2 o'clock Wednesday on 630 KNOW, Denver's talk station.
Okay, there it is.
It says it right here. The due process clause of the 14th Amendment protects against state action.
Well, of course it does.
Yeah.
Of course it does. All government action. And states are governments. Of course.
Tom Martino.
You're right, though. Why wouldn't that?
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where you are calling to get help, and we will help. We try to do it each and every day. This hour brought to you by waterpros.net. Just the best water you can get. Water conditioning systems for your whole house, water softening. And I'm telling you the best. You will love the people. You will love the product. Under $2,000, fully installed for softening. Under $2,000, fully installed for purification. You can do combo systems under $4,000, $3,400 to be exact. Drinking water fountains for $2,000. No, excuse me, for under $1,000. I know that's crazy. The prices are just crazy. Waterpros.net. Look them up. Okay, now, let's go to the phones. We got some really good cases. Blake Harris is here. I want to bring him up. That's BlakeHarrisLaw.com, 833-ASK Blake. Blake has a Blake, we have a question. Okay. This guy lives next to a house, all right? The woman died 20 years ago. The house is a wreck, and it's ruining his house. There's water infiltration. I don't really have to get into those details. That property is ruining his property, the negligence or the negligent upkeep of that property. He wants to know, what do you do with an estate that's never been filed? No probate, nothing. There's a guy that's been paying taxes. He's not the owner. What do you do, Blake, if probate's never been filed in 20 years?
This is easy. So for the person whose property is being damaged.
This is Ryan.
Oh, Ryan, what you need to do is have some receipt. It could be for $1 that shows that you've had to repair your property due to the other property, and then you can file in as a creditor of the estate, and you can probate and get that home.
Wait a minute.
So
Ryan can't, hold on, even 20 years later?
There's no deadline on probate.
Now, Ryan, are you listening to what he's saying?
Yes.
Now, listen carefully. He is saying that if you can document damage due to the negligence of that home, you can take those receipts and file a probate action in court as a creditor and end up selling that house and that property, taking everything you're owed, and paying your legal fees too.
And I'd probably take this one on a contingency fee, which I won't do for most cases.
Did you hear that, Ryan?
Yeah,
Ryan.
but it's in Wyoming.
Oh, shoot. In Wyoming, would that work too?
Probably. I mean, I can't say for sure, but very likely.
Listen, you should call Blake no matter what and let him look into it. Because, listen, Ryan, when you have a whole home and a property, what are those homes? Now, this is in disrepair probably, but still, real estate is at a pretty good high. In this area, has real estate gone up?
Yeah. I mean, it's not as much as. Say,
Tell me, would that be would that be a scraper?
Yeah.
Would that lot be a scraper?
Right, and the thing is, the guy that's been paying taxes, I've been talking to him, and he was just under the false premise that he was going to get rights to it.
He's not the owner.
I know, I get it.
And listen, if he's been paying the taxes, listen carefully, and he's just been paying them for her, he's an idiot. Right. He should have bought the tax certificate, which turned into a treasury's deed when he files for it.
He thought he had a quick claim deed signed from her before she passed. He can't find it. The bottom line is that he wants to sell the property, and I said,
you know what? It's not up to him. Ryan, it is not up to him.
I know. So that's why I called you, just to see what I can do to help.
But Ryan, it's up to you.
Right.
You're in control. That's much better.
Yes. Okay.
Now listen.
So I will call Blake.
Now call Blake Harris, 833 Ask Blake. Now I have another question. What would that home and land go for?
Oh, it's not worth much. $5,000.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
$5,000 isn't enough to pay for an attorney. Okay, $5,000.
Yeah, it's very rural, low income. I mean, it's not worth it.
Then
I would scrape the property. Yes.
You would scrape the property, but here's the deal: you got to get in there and you got to do it. Call Blake, see what you can work out, but you need to get this done. 833 Ask Blake. But here's the thing, Ryan, or research it on your own. You got to get receipts for what you owe or for what they owe you and file against that property in probate. You open up a probate as a creditor demanding payback. There's not going to be anybody defying you.
I don't think anybody's going to do anything. If it's only worth $5,000, logic tells us if it's been condemned, it's going to cost more to get rid of the building than the $5,000. I think it's a total headache to get involved with.
Ryan, it may be. Ryan, do you understand? Yeah. To just get rid of it are you saying it's worth $5,000 with that house on it?
Yes, the whole thing, the whole lot.
Oh, okay, but will they buy it if they have to?
I mean, that's what I personally think. Maybe not necessarily by an appraiser or anything, but
well, get a real estate person to tell you what it's worth.
Okay.
I mean, really, if it's going to be knocked down, you got to take those costs away from it. It's got to be worth knocking it down and rebuilding something. You may want to do it. Listen, Ryan, you got to do something, though. Thank you, Blake Harris, attorney at law, 833 Ask Blake. I've never heard of any lot in the world being worth $5,000 right now, so I don't know. Ellen, so let's go back to your extended warranty. Okay. You bought the Jeep used, a 2012, and you paid $4,200 for an extended warranty. First of all, the extended warranty was excessively expensive anyway. What I would do right now, what's the first option they gave you is a partial refund with the refund going back to your loan balance. That's where it came from to begin with, and that would be okay if it was a full refund. Your second option was to fix the warranty, and you can use it moving forward, but it won't fix this particular repair. And what I'm telling you about this particular repair, I have doubts that warranty would fix that anyway, even if it was in full force and effect. Now, what's your third option?
Well, with those two things being said, I said, well, neither one of those things helps us get our Jeep in working order. So they don't trust where it's at, and they want the Jeep brought to them so that they can do the repairs and then charge us, directly, and it's hard to swallow that.
Wait a minute. They want to fix the Jeep and charge you directly, and what about the warranty part? What would they do there?
Only moving forward.
Oh, having a warranty. So they would charge you
yeah.
whatever it would cost to fix it. These guys are idiots when it comes to coming to solutions, I'll tell you that. They're idiots.
They're not happy. Yeah, they're not happy with the price. They don't trust the price. They want to look.
What price were you given to fix it?
What price?
Yeah.
Almost 5,000.
Okay, now that seems excessive to me too.
Yeah, that's what they said.
I mean, it does, but that doesn't mean I would deal with Skyline. The problem is both Skyline and Prestige suck. You have two bad dealers.
You should bring it over to Sheridan Auto Tech.
Here's what I would do. I want Deputy Doc to call Skyline and give him the honest-to-God reality check, which is she never had a warranty. You don't prorate something she could have never used, you stupid idiots. You give her the full $4,200 refund, period.
Yeah.
Then move on.
Right.
Because if you get a full $4,200 refund on your loan, you can then take it to someone honest for repairs. We'll even see if we can get you a really low cost tow, if free, if possibly even free. So, Deputy Doc, let's call Skyline. They're charging these women. They're charging them $4,200 freaking dollars. That's ridiculous. Ellen,
last year during COVID.
My God.
And get that over to Sheridan or Pro Auto. Get it to one of the places on a referral list. They'll be able to fix it. It's going to cost you a hell of a lot less. I mean, a hell of a lot less. I still can't believe a radiator is going to be $5,000. I've never heard of that.
Well, it's not just the radiator. It's seals, other things involved with the blowout.
I wouldn't trust a word either of those shops said.
No,
get it over to a good shop.
They're all bad. They're all bad people.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you pick the two worst dealers you could deal with.
In 2011, 8-day, 15-state AK-47 wielding crime spree. Introducing the Doherty Gang podcast. This is the true story of one family's cross-country criminal rampage. Police say the trio have a stockpile of weapons. At least one of them has made it clear he's...
So is this fiction or is there a thing he's talking about somebody real?
No, it's mostly real. That's why I love that Crime Junkies, man. Oh,
Crime Junkies is a show.
Crime Junkies is a podcast.
Zero Res
Denver will get your carpets cleaned with empowered water. I love this empowered water. It is a patented process. It's super softened water, alkaline-based water. It cleans very well. It sterilizes. It gets your carpets super clean. And they have a special scrubbing technique deep into the fibers, but not much water. And it gets drier faster with no sticky residue. This is a wonderful process, and it's only Zero Res who offers it. It's really a great system that I trust in my home right now. You can get 3 rooms for $109. So, if you're looking to get your carpets cleaned after the long summer, get them cleaned with ZeroResDenver.com. $109 right now for 3 rooms. That's ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. And I've said this enough that you should believe it. I am a patient at Colorado Pain Care, and I do believe in how they deal with pain. They'll get to the root of the matter. They're people of action and compassion. They do temporary fixes to get you over the hump. It's like trigger point injections or Lanacaine or steroids. They can get you more permanent help with physical therapy and more invasive procedures. They do whatever you need to get you out of pain. They customize treatment. They work with all major insurance companies. And I just can't say enough about ColoradoPainCare.com, 303-GOT-PAIN.
So many people have told...
No wonder. It's the new way to sell. For example, Poetry makes you a cash offer for your home. And when your home sells for more, you keep the difference. No longer do you have to choose between an easy home sale or the best price for your home.
I didn't realize that. It overturned laws banning abortion in 31 states.
Yeah. What's that, Mark?
Roe v. Wade.
So Roe v. Wade went ahead.
31 states it changed. I didn't know that. I thought it just changed like Texas where it was filed and some other shit. I didn't realize it was that big. Man, that shit went down. I was 1 year old. 1 year old.
If you're thinking about selling or just curious what Orchard would pay for your home, it is no cost.
I might have been gone if it was 1 year later.
Might not have made it.
My mom couldn't have an abortion in 72, so I squeezed by.
You might not have made it.
My shit might have not been there.
Well, Mark, if John and I had you, I'd be mad.
That's fucked up. He's fucked up thinking of it that way.
I'd be mad.
Drink less, live more. Get your life back. Call or visit lifebac.com.
Hey, this patio. I didn't look at it. How is it?
Hey, I started kind of thinking about what you were saying on that. On vax, here's the argument. You don't have to get to vax. There's the argument. It's not an argument. Your argument's no good.
Oh, no, it's not. I'm saying if they mandate it.
No, because who's mandating it? Your employer. Your employer's not going to. That's a whole different case set. It's nothing to do with it.
Well, if they say
logically, you're right. I'm just saying that's the argument.
I'll guarantee you they couldn't fire you for getting an abortion. I'll guarantee you they couldn't.
Oh, I never thought of that. That's curious.
They fucking could not fire a woman for getting an abortion, and they can't fire you for refusing the fucking vaccine.
You think getting an abortion is a protect? You think any medical thing?
It's the right of privacy. They didn't say it was because of the baby or anything. They said right of privacy, your body. You have a right of privacy. That's what they said.
We should get a constitutional guy out. Okay, that's a very curious question. I run a Catholic church, and I find out someone that works our front fucking, front door, whatever the fuck, has an abortion. That is 100% against our doctrine. I would assume in that case, because I'm a religious entity, I could fire someone for having an abortion. But if I own a fucking 7-Eleven, I can't? I don't know. Can Chick-fil-A fire someone to have an abortion?
They showed up in church.
But how would you even know they had an abortion? Nope. There's actually an act. You ready for this? It's under something totally different. The Pregnancy Discrimination Act prohibits employers from discriminating against employees on the basis of pregnancy and related medical conditions. And all of her personal reproductive care decisions.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Ivan, what's going on in your life, Ivan? Welcome to the show. What's happening?
Hi, Tom. I talked to you a few days ago about finding out that the Clark County, Nevada recorder has a service that will do what Title Lock does.
Yes, and then I saw another email from you.
Right. Absolutely. So we've got all the information.
And the other email said that which county said they do it as well?
Arapahoe County. I just finished signing up.
I found out that all the counties are starting to do it free of charge.
Super. That saved like $180 a year.
Well, they're going to put Title Lock out of business. There's no reason for it.
I hope so.
Well, there's no reason for it. They're totally out of business. I mean, why would anyone pay for the service when counties are offering it free?
Oh, absolutely, and it's a great savings for the people.
Yeah, well, I don't know who's doing it anyway as far as paying for it. I mean, they are probably, listen, they're probably successful. They've been doing it a while, Title Lock, but I'm saying it's a useless service in my opinion. They do notify you when people record, but you can do that on your own, and now counties are doing it for you free of charge. I don't know why anybody would do it. So
yeah, absolutely. Just tell your listeners to take advantage.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. Brendan, what's going on with you, Brendan? What's happening? How can we help you?
Good afternoon, Tom.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
So, my mother-in-law is going to be selling a property, and she is overseas. She's over in Eastern Europe.
Okay.
And so she wants to sell the property. She's already sold it, and she has some funds that she wants to give to her daughter, my wife.
Yeah.
We're looking to get some info as to how much can be transferred without going through an accountant, as far as not getting in trouble with the IRS.
You can't get in trouble at all. She can give you as much as you want. As much. Just a gift. Well, actually, not as much. I think it's $11 million right now.
Okay, I'll think that's going to be an issue.
So, if you're talking about a gift, hold on, Brendan. If you're talking about a gift, here's the rule. People will tell you the limit's $14,000. That's because they don't know what they're talking about. Or excuse me, $16,000. Here's what it is. You have what's called a lifetime exemption. It changes depending on the administration. Right now, I believe it's $11 million. It might be $16 million. It's somewhere. It's a lot of money. And you can give away, against that lifetime exemption, you can give away up to that amount with no estate tax and no consequences. You can do it yearly. You can do it all at once. You can do it however you want. Here's where the yearly exemption, I believe it's of $16,000, comes in. If you give a gift more than the yearly allowance, it counts against your lifetime exemption. So, if you give away 10 grand every year, it doesn't count against your 11 million.
All right.
So, a lot of people think there's a limit to how much you can give an heir. There is no limit, and there is no tax.
No limit and no tax.
That's right. People hate hearing that because they think I'm wrong, and I bet them every time and I win. You can give away up to your lifetime limit. It's on that money if she's a citizen. If she's not a citizen, I don't think it matters if you're gifted money from outside the U.S.
Well, hold on. There is something curious. Depending on what their tax laws are, whoever is receiving the money out of the U.S., there could be implications there. If someone sent me money from, say, Italy or something, there could be ramifications. I don't know the answer to that.
Well, no, because what you're saying is, even though
I don't know their tax laws.
Whose tax laws?
Wherever he's sending it to.
That's right. If Italy says you owe tax money,
then you owe it.
You know, see, we have to ask Blake Harris, because Italy, where does the person live?
Ukraine. So it's coming from Ukraine to here, to Colorado.
Did she pay taxes in the Ukraine?
Most likely, yes. It was a real estate transaction, and I'm pretty sure everyone got their cut of that.
Now,
up and up.
If she earned it in the in Ukraine, she paid Ukraine taxes. She, under pure circumstances, she should be able to transfer to her daughter and gift it to her. And if it's a gift to her daughter, I believe it would be tax-free under the exemption. But there might be some crazy international crap.
There is, and I'm reading some of it,
does it
but
say?
it's more of a, well, I doubt even Eric or Mallory would know this. There's a form. If you're receiving money into the U.S., large amounts of money, there's a Form 3520 that needs to be filled out, and there can be different ramifications, I guess.
But what? Can there be tax?
I guess there could be, and there's definitely penalties for not filling it out. 35% of gross value of the distribution received from a foreign trust, for example. It's so complicated, it's crazy.
Well, we have to ask our attorney, because this is
He's
weird.
available in 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Hold on. Let's stop speculating and figure this one out. And how much will it be,
Great,
Brendan?
thanks, guys.
How much will it be?
30,000.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Greg, what's going on with you, Greg?
Hi, sir. A friend of mine was walking down the street in his neighborhood in Aurora. A lady went to open her front door. Her Rottweiler got out, bit my friend in the hand, and He's got stitches in his thumb. He's in construction, so right now he can't work. And we were looking to see if there was an attorney you could refer him to.
John Fuller, man.
Yeah, John Fuller, I try first.
Does the guy own whoever owns the dog, do you know if they own a house? Do they have insurance on the house?
I don't know.
That's going to be numero uno.
Yeah, because you find that out before you call John, because he's going to ask you that. If the house is owned, then they most likely have homeowners insurance, and that will cover it.
Got it.
Now, as far as extra damages, they're going to have to be real.
If it was rented, let's say it's rented, there's still going to be insurance somewhere on that house. Do you think it would? Do you think a landlord policy would follow over?
You know what?
Because the landlord rented to the guy that has the dog.
God, could you imagine? Because you could say the landlord was negligent in renting to somebody with a Rottweiler. I wonder if a landlord's policy would cover it.
I don't know. That John might know.
No, or we can call Compass on that one. Okay. There are two places where we got to figure this out. If it's rented, or if you call us back, man, or have them call John Fuller. But we need to know if it's rented or if it's owned.
Is there a police report too?
Apparently, there is a police report. A woman who owns the dog has been summoned into a hearing in Aurora. I'm not sure what.
There could be a lot of damages there.
Yeah, Greg.
Yes.
Find out, call us back if it's owned or rented. That's really important. Or you can call John Fuller directly, but he's going to ask these questions. 303-713-8255.
I'll bill 30. We don't have to do.
This is Denver's talk station. Tomorrow morning at 6:30, KHOW, Denver. Now, impact traffic. From the DuckDuckGo Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by InsureMax Protein.
The highway drive around the metro area looks pretty good right now. Just a bit of volume flowing northbound I-25 between 60 and Colfax, and westbound 270 sluggish at Vasquez. I-70 in good shape through town. Up north, the crash on northbound I-25 approaching Harmony has the right lane blocked and traffic is jammed back.
Holy shit, this form's like 5 pages.
Weather, clouds increasing this afternoon, bringing with them some scattered showers. 52 for an overnight low tonight. More scattered showers possible tomorrow for your Thursday with a high in the low 60s. It's 70 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Jenny LaRose, 630 KHAB.
Try great tasting InsureMax Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar.
All right, what do you guys want to do about it?
InsureMax Protein reported feeling more energy in just 2 weeks. For more information, including consumer survey details, please visit insure.com.
You know, you're going to find the
best water conditioning, water softening, water purification systems anywhere. People say, what is conditioning, Tom? Conditioning is doing softening, and treatment can be softening and purification. Some people just want the purification for drinking water. That's under $1,000. Or you may want a full filtration system for the house. That's under $2,000. You may want just a whole house water softening system. That's under $2,000. You know, I talk about prices because it's the cheapest prices on the market for the best systems. There is not another place that will quote you on the phone. You want to know why? Or tell you a price? Because they can never come close. You ask them. They're going to start at 7, 8, 9, I'm telling you, thousands of dollars. These guys are the best. Waterpros.net, the absolute best. You shouldn't even consider anything else when it comes to water softening and treatment. Waterpros.net, 303-862-5554. Time to...
Yeah, think about it. There must be rules. I don't know about on 30,000, but why wouldn't there be? Because all you would have to do is these rich sheiks and shit could send their fucking kid over here and send them $1 billion fucking dollars, and the U.S. would never get a fucking penny. There's no way we allow that to happen. I don't know what the dollar amount is, though. There's no way.
We got to figure it out.
I'd go the same goes the other way. You know, Dubai, you can buy, you buy citizenship. I think it's $1 million now.
You can buy a citizenship into Dubai.
You become Dubai or whatever.
Why do people want to become Dubai?
Because they're very low taxes, very wealthy.
And it costs you $1 million.
Well, last time I saw it, it was $1 million. $1 million bucks.
And you have dual citizenship?
I don't think the U.S. would allow that, but I don't know. I don't think Dubai would care.
So the U.S. only allows dual citizenship with certain countries?
I don't know.
I don't think they allow any dual.
Well, I think if you're truly born like that way, I know there's people that have true Canadian citizenship and U.S. There's no doubt. But I don't know if it goes beyond Canada. No, there's definitely people with dual citizenship. From Europe, too, I believe.
No, the U.S. doesn't require one. They don't care.
So you can have dual citizenship.
They say here that it doesn't require. Does the U.S. allow it? Yes.
So
if they allow by not disallowing it.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, they don't ask you to disavow your other country, but you must have the allegiance first to the United States. So I mean, how are they going to know what's in your heart?
Which would be weird if you were born here and you were trying to get dual citizenship into Canada, and Canada had the same rule that Canada's got to come first.
But anyway, so you can. The U.S. doesn't disallow it. I thought they did. I mean, I thought they didn't like it, but why do I know?
You know, you always hear of a handful of people that denounce and do whatever they have to do to not be a citizen anymore, usually for tax reasons. I wonder if there's any way to, like...
I thought Zero Res Denver stopped. Why am I getting they don't want to do October.
No, they just stopped in the springs, I think.
That's what I mean.
Because they didn't give 30 days, they have to do October. So you have one more month.
ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Yes, radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. I'm Tom from the Kane Stock Company. At Kane 11, we've reimagined socks.
Follow.
That's because we make them in 11 individual sizes for men and 7 for women. The moment you put them on, you know you're wearing something new. Comfort begins with fit. We use 5 key measurements nobody's ever done before. They'll transform your sock experience forever, and they're made right here in the USA. Kane set the bar for how socks should fit and feel. They're the most comfortable sock you'll ever wear. You wouldn't wear your shoes in a size 9 to 12 or one size fits all, but that's how you wear your socks. No more.
What amusement parks you been to, if any?
Individual size. At Kane, there's a sock.
Elitch's? You've never been there, have you?
I've been to Elitch's. I've been to both Elitch's.
Oh, old and new.
Yeah.
And now gone. How about in Cali? You ever Disney World or Disneyland?
Disneyland was the go-to.
Did you see that article I sent you, Tommy?
Did you go?
About Al that flew into the cockpit of the helicopter?
Legoland.
I love Al's. It's so cute. I sent it to you.
We brought our
there was no Legoland when I was in Cali.
I've been to a handful of Six Flags, here. Well, Elitch's used to be Six Flags, but New Jersey, Texas. We've been to a shitload of Six Flags, actually.
Been to a couple of Six Flags in Cali.
And then, I don't think I've been to any other ones. I've been on some big rides, like there's a casino at State Line that's got a roller coaster that's fast as snot. So that's all they have. I'll tell you the scariest ride till this day, man. The fucking Zipper. You ever been in the Zipper? It's a steel cage. It goes every which way while it's going like this. Oh, man. I don't even know how that ride's legal. The Zipper beats the hell out of you.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So we were talking about transferring money. You know, we know that in the U.S. it's way simpler than we think. And, of course, the Democrats are now thinking about changing it. Again, this is not a political discussion. I'm just telling you facts of life. Right now you have a lifetime exemption for your estate transfers. And I don't know. It changes every year, but it's a lot of money. I think it might be up. It might be at 11 million. Anyway, that exemption means that everything you give away above the yearly allowance goes against that exemption. But so many people mistakenly believe that for some reason it's if you give more than that yearly allowance, you have to pay tax on it, and you don't. Okay, the lifetime tax exemption is $11.1 million.
I think for 21 it's 11.7, but maybe
right,
not.
That's right. That's right.
You know what's odd?
It's 11.7.
You know what it is, though? Even if you die, that's where they'll tax you after everything anyhow. In other words, if you don't gift any money during your life, but your estate is worth $20 million, you're still exempt 11.7.
That's right.
And then you pay taxes on the rest.
Yeah, you don't have to give that away. So there are no estate taxes up to $11.7 million. Now, there are many, many people who feel that the transfer of wealth should be taxed. And I think that's totally wrong. And again, not from a political standpoint, from a moral standpoint. Listen to this. All your life you pay tax on everything you do. Everything. Every transaction, every increase in value, everything. Even tax-deferred savings, even tax-deferred retirements. They all have tax consequences. You pay tax on income. You put that income in the bank and make interest. You pay a tax on that interest. You pay tax on everything. You pay tax on property. You pay tax on vehicles. You pay tax on every transaction. So even though you're paying that amount of tax all your life, which amounts to about 50 to 60% when you consider everything, maybe 65%. Now, if you pay that all your life, but you manage to accumulate billions, the government says you get to pay us tax again when you transfer that wealth to your children. Think about that. I mean, that just doesn't seem fair. But now they say, but we'll be kind. We will exempt 11 million. So what they're saying is most people will never reach that. They're not going to bitch about it. The Democrats are talking about doing away with that. Now think about that. Every dollar that you give to your children will be taxed again after it's been taxed your entire life. So if you have a savings account, a lot of people, they don't have millions. They have a few $100,000. They have $1 million, maybe $2 million. It'll be taxed. Think about it. Taxed again after it's been taxed and retaxed and retaxed and retaxed and retaxed if they have their way.
You know, in 2010, you know what the exemption was?
What?
None. You could have 80 billion trillion, and you would keep it all. Just 2010, though. It's the only year.
So if you died in 2010, you were lucky.
It always makes me wonder who died in 2010.
So why is it that the government believes any rich people who die need to pay tax again?
Well, why do they think,
when they transfer it to their children?
Why do they think and do this? When you buy a car, you pay sales tax. When someone buys your car, when you sell it, they pay sales tax again on the car.
I know.
And it's never ending. Why do they collect tax on the same item infinite amount of times?
Well, you pay a use tax every year you register it.
Well, that's different. I'm talking just sales tax.
I know, Mark. I know. Listen, here's the thing. When income tax was instituted, we have to support the government. There's no doubt about it. When income tax was instituted, it was meant to be for support.
Well, it was meant to social programs, maybe back then. I don't know.
Education. Governments wanted more money, but they knew that if it went onto income tax, people would notice it more. So they couldn't just keep taxing the dollar that you earn, because it would be up to 60%. So they did it in other ways. The taxes that the money you earn, you put in the bank, you earn interest, that's taxed. You buy stocks and sell them, that transaction is taxed. You go buy something at the store, that transaction is taxed. You sell real estate, do you know you pay real estate now when you sell real estate? Did you know that? You pay tax. Everything is taxed. It's tax here, tax there, tax everywhere, so no one adds it all up. They don't add up the effective taxes of a dollar through a lifetime.
Oh, it's unbelievable amounts. And we have a $20+ trillion deficit. That's even the more amazing part. They tax the same money multiple times, and we still owe $20 trillion.
And then here's the biggest, this is the biggest shocker of all. When you think about it, the government generates no money. I'm not talking about printing. They generate no money or nothing of value. Every single dime the government has comes from the citizens. Every dime. Every dime comes from citizens.
To a degree. Well, we do sell military assets that the government purchases and resells to other countries.
Mark,
so I think they do make a few bucks.
Mark, the government purchases with tax money from people.
That's true.
Okay, they don't have money to purchase.
That's very true.
And it's made by our citizens. Now, here's the thing. The government are people plucked out of the citizenship, the citizenry, and they are put in charge, and then they are paid by us. Then they decide what to do with the money. And much of the tax money is shifting from those who have to those who don't. There's nothing wrong with that when it comes to education and health and certain things. There's nothing wrong with a certain amount of that, okay? No one is a cold-hearted bastard saying we don't help all boats rise. But you can't do it to an extent where then some people don't want to work anymore or produce because they're getting too much.
No, and it's not just helping people. In this $3.5 trillion, we've seen there's stuff to, save the trees or do all kinds of stuff. It's not sending kids to college. It's not helping people with health care. There's a lot of crap in these bills that only benefit a few amount of people, like musical instruments in New York City. What the hell do I want my dollars going to that for?
And, of course, rent relief for people who could have worked and they didn't. They didn't because they sat on their ass during COVID and took advantage of the no eviction. That's what they did. I'm still waiting for these mass evictions, Mark. They haven't happened yet.
Oh, I think they're slowly getting filed and everything's slowly ticking
Hey, George,
along.
what are you calling about, George? Are you there? George, what's happening?
Well, I just want to know if I have any recourse or to get my money. I have a personal money order that was issued to me by a renter. I never did cash it. It's dated 1998.
1998? What is it, a money order?
It's a money order. It's a personal money order.
From who?
Okay, hold on, George. It's from a renter, but the money order, the good part about a money order, it was paid for. Now, I believe...
Is it a post office money order?
Yeah, who issued the money order?
Wells Fargo.
All right, hold on. We'll talk about it coming up.
I tell you, here's what happens. I can just tell you, that money sits in a Wells Fargo account until it's cashed, and it goes to exactly that.
So, Tom, on this warranty thing, we want to come on the air tomorrow morning. The warranty issue. Listen to this. She's used it twice already for other warranty issues.
How do you? That's different.
Also, he said.
Well, how the fuck did she do it?
The guy that didn't pay inheritance tax when he died in 2010 was the owner of the Yankees, George Stein, whatever. I'm sorry, Mark. I know that's a
no shit.
Thing. Yeah, the guy just called and said that was the answer. So just so you guys, he said Tom will love that.
Okay, Mark. So listen to this. So not only did she use it twice, he said it was a mistake on his finance guy's part. If she brings it, he'll pay to have the car towed, fix the radiator, and he will check the box where it says lifted and pay the upgrade on the warranty so that it's good to go forward.
Good, I'm good with that.
My guy got
Doc, that's. Did she not? Did they not explain all that to her?
We're gonna get tomorrow morning. Have both of them on. But he's
They're going to
stand-up
fix
guy.
whatever's going on.
Right.
At no cost.
And upgrade the warranty at no cost.
Sweet. And she's already used it.
And she's used it twice before.
Fuck, you can't. That's a totally
That's
different
right.
scenario.
He
She
said,
ain't stuck.
nobody
That's
buy
what-
that name in
She's good like
Montana,
Chuck.
96 matches in California. If you could maybe tell me how old that person
Yes,
might
I
be.
think she is 75.
75?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what he puts in his dating profile, too.
He's an
Looking
old
for
friend of
women
mine.
75 to 85.
Anyway, totally different story.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
Well, if they actually send that to her.
Mark, those used money orders don't expire except in some rare circumstances, and
No, but
some of them have service fees attached to them that if you don't
dwindle them down.
Well, shit,
if
it's
you
21
don't,
years.
and they say go to the institution if you can that issued it and see what the charges are, or try to cash it and just see, and they'll just run it through, and the worst that'll happen is it bounces. Don't spend the money.
Just walk into a Wells Fargo and they should be able to convert it to a new one. Yes, sir.
Down there.
No, we're done.
I'm just watching you go.
No, I just know that I didn't want you bending over.
All right, let's have an assist here, Mark. What are we talking about?
Okay, you gonna do it?
He can
Yeah.
make it
You
directly.
can be Kobe.
Okay.
I'll be Shaq.
Oh,
my God.
it was so short. I had no chance.
That's what she said.
Okay, how did you end the money order one?
Come on.
Okay, because we've got 2 minutes when we come back, and I've got Blake Harris on.
For what?
For this transferring money internationally call that Tom wanted it for. And we only have 2
Chad
minutes.
Madden.
What? What do you want to do? We have 2 minutes coming back.
I'm going to talk to Blake.
So then you want me to tell George we got to talk to him tomorrow?
Yes,
or maybe I
tell
tell
him.
him to reach out to the Colorado
No, tell
payback
him we'll
people.
talk to him tomorrow.
Okay.
Let's talk to him, but we got some good stuff for him. We'll talk
Okay.
to him
So
tomorrow.
tell the only thing is she's 75. She used to work at Design Medical Center, and she's remarried.
Okay.
That's all I can tell.
I think all we're going to be able to do is give her the age. If you don't know
Okay.
the married last name.
I don't.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Sure.
Doc is the only one that I know that got kicked off a match.
The only one
The only one
that you know,
that I know.
because all the nefarious ones that deserve to get kicked off, you don't know.
All the fake ones.
All the fake ones.
They thought you. I'll tell you what happened. When you said you were a doctor, they thought you were fucking bullshit.
Right. No. They thought my profile was so good that other people ghosted it and used it.
They said that's got to be a catfisher with that mug.
They used my picture on my profile for nefarious purposes.
Maybe what you did, you put all your real info, but a picture of like a 20-year-old chick.
Control of your financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. It's everything you need to grow all in one place. With NetSuite, you can automate your processes and close your books in no time, no matter how big your business grows. Failing to switch to NetSuite will leave you stuck trying to make sense of your books while your competitors sprint ahead. 93%.
You're asking why you got kicked off a match, Doc.
So, I'll tell you something, Charlie. To be honest with you, I would let my son read every message I ever sent on Match. I mean, because I use my real name, so I don't want anything coming back to me, ever. So every conversation I had, anything I put on Match, was totally PG.
But what about it?
I'm just saying, so, I mean, everybody's saying, well, it was nothing I said. It was somebody who took my profile and used it and then probably scammed
Somebody did that.
I told you, I called you up 3 years ago to tell you about this.
Pardon me. Who are the drain cleaners you usually recommend?
Oh, well, we love Master Rooter.
And is there another one? I knew Master Rooter. I didn't know if there was one for you.
Plumline is good too, but yeah, they have 93 are free.
Oh, so I called you about 3 or 4 years ago, and we never got connected. I always ran out of time, or you never picked up the phone.
What was it?
I got a thing that my account on Match had been deleted because of some kind of transgression.
Did you ever find out what it was?
No, because the only way to find out is you have to get a court order or a subpoena. So I said it wasn't worth it.
To find out about your own account.
To find out your own account, why it was taken off.
Hi, Tom Martino. Listen, I got to go to Blake Harris about this. Blake, another one. Here's a weird one. I know that if I'm a multimillionaire, I can give away up to $11 million without paying tax on it right now. I can gift every year. Anything over the yearly allowance is taxed. What's that yearly allowance right now, Blake?
So you can give away, okay, so it gets a little bit confusing. You can give away $15,000 per year and not report it.
Right, okay, and anything over 15 goes against your lifetime allowance, right?
Correct, but you don't have to pay taxes until you've given away more than 11.7 million.
Yeah, that's what. We're all on agreement there. But what if, in Brendan's case, his wife is being sent money from another country?
You can receive as much money as you want. The IRS has no problem with money coming into the country. She can receive $1 billion.
Wait a minute, because Mark looked at some kind of form. Mark, what was that form? And he said, you said
it was a 3250 from the IRS.
And they want to know about what kind of money, Mark? Because
I think it was anything over like 100,000 maybe, but there was so many questions. It was crazy.
But Blake, apparently Mark said there was a form you have to fill out if you get money.
The one thing I read is if you do get money from out of the country and you don't fill it out, even if you didn't owe any money, the penalties for not filling it out were very high.
Blake, have you ever had clients that got money from out of the country?
Okay, so as far as taxes are concerned, you can receive money pretty sure from anywhere in the world, and you never have to pay taxes on it.
Okay.
There may be some tax disclosure requirements.
Okay.
Again, if it has to do with overseas transactions.
They might want to know. They might want to know where the money came from and what it was for and all that. But as far as taxes, they don't tax you on gifts.
Correct. Correct. The IRS has no problem with money coming into the United States.
Do you ever have families that set up trusts overseas on purpose for that purpose of giving it back to their kids later on?
I do have clients who set up money overseas, but that's usually for the purpose of protecting them from lawsuits. As far as gifting money back into the United States, there might be a 3520 required.
Okay, I see what you're saying. When it comes from America.
Right. If the caller wants to give my office a call, we have an in-house CPA who can walk.
All right, so you can get a call. Call him free, 833-ASK-BLAKE, Brendan. But I think he answered it. There's probably nothing you need to do. 833-ASK-BLAKE for more information and details. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget, for help and information, referralist.com. More coming up tomorrow.